I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now, and now, and now, and now, and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. You were calling me liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now, and now, and now, and now, and never. I was putting in the
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of Rocket League. It is HSEL 2018 online qualifier number 2, Sunday Rocket League action. My name is Buzz, and joining me is Rankies. How are you, my friend?
I'm pretty good, Buzz. How about yourself?
I'm ready to go for some high school action of Rocket League, and round 2 we're actually getting into because everyone was just eager to go for round 1 and get it all done and dusted. But what's going to happen is we're going to get one of our guys who've got an automatic buy out of round 1 into round 2, get the first game done and actually get 2 games of round 2 going, so we can actually get some extra games in. So the first game we're going to get underway is Merriweather taking on Cheltenham Secondary College. So what we know from Merriweather High School was these guys, again, they got themselves into the final yesterday. So a little bit unlucky for them not to get that chance to go to LAN as of yesterday's game. So they're going to be looking to get themselves all the way to that potential chance again.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they got to right at the end of what would have been their second win to take it to the 5th and final game of the series yesterday, and they just couldn't quite make it over the line. So unfortunately they missed out and lost to, I believe it was Peel High School, which was Azora on that team. So they're already confirmed to be going through to the finals, and obviously Merriweather looking to come back with what will be their second of 4 chances, and hopefully they can secure a spot today. But of course there's still many teams looking to snipe that from them. There are another 30 teams in total.
Yep, and that's right. There's so many teams joining, and 3 chances left, being qualifier number 2 today. After today's qualifier, there'll be only 2 more to go as 4 teams get the chance to go to the Hybrid World Adelaide on the 22nd of July. It's going to be pretty crazy now. Cheltenham, where do they end up? I think they might have got knocked out in round 1 last week. So let's see. They're able to get to round 2. I'm going to quickly check that out. But what we'll do is we'll launch these guys in, Ranky, and we'll get them to get going while we start this call.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are right. They were match 13 in round 1 yesterday, and they lost to Melbourne High School. Yeah,
it looks like a forfeit. So they actually weren't able to even get here in for the first qualifier. They weren't available. So today they put the team on the park, and they're able to show us what they've got.
Alrighty. Still waiting for one other player to jump in. Mop needs to join his team. Merriweather, there we go. And of course, Cheltenham, as we're finding out now, buys a PlayStation team. Ooh. So there's going to be a little bit of a disadvantage there, as everyone knows PC have lower input lag on the controllers, so, and obviously better graphical quality, frame rate, etc.
Oh, Rankies.
That's a simple fact.
Okay. I love it.
Bit of a slow start.
Now, Rankies, you're telling us as well, Merriweather yesterday playing with the subs. Hughesy's one of the main. Speed Beef and Mott today are the main core. Hughesy was saying in conversation that it's going to be with us today. So Alex knows the Tulip Branzadell, and no one likes we, as in the actual Wii itself. The console, guys, don't get confused with it. The console. These guys are going to have a bit of a battle.
Absolutely. And as I said, it's been a little bit of a slow start so far. We're the first minute into the game and just a lot of back and forth. So pretty good to see both Cheltenham and Merriweather taking it nice and slowly. Don't tell me that goes in. Oh my God, Hughesy. Oh, he's done it, Blazer. Nice little chip over the top. Just a slow reaction overall from the defense of the side of Cheltenham, and we do see Merriweather get the first goal on the board.
It's just Rankies on Twitter, my friend, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm doing a quick cheeky plug.
Getting that tweet out. Let everyone know we're live. Gonna go Hughesy. pass off the sidewall to Spees Beef, who sends it downfield. Mop looking to get on the back of it, but it's cleared back centre. Alex Nosy Tulip, big demo on Spees Beef and then clear out, but Hughesy looking to find one, but no, catches that angle way too sharp and doesn't find the back of the net. Mop, bit of a boost steal, little short pass back to Hughesy, double tap on the backboard. Mop trying to come through, but a good save from no one likes we. Spees Beef looking to drop it down, it's on target as well, beautiful shot. And there we go, we see Merriweather take goal number 2.
Hughesy misses his finish touch there, but Spees Beef gets up, uncontested in the air and able to get that second to finish it. They put the second in. They look a little comfortable at the moment, starting to warm up as well. That first game, they will get a little bit more aggressive coming into it. And so you're right now, Cheltenham Secondary College, it is the best of 3, so they have to really start to get their game going in this first as well, 3 minutes into it.
And Mop, third goal now. Great pass across from Spees Beef as well. Got up on the sidewall, carried it all the way and then straight down to Mop. Good wraparound in the corner. That gives everyone on Merriweather a goal each so far. And of course, Bizer, Hughesy, as always, for some reason. I really don't get this dude. Every time he's playing, if it's a game that's being streamed, he watches the stream with the audio on. I don't understand how it's not too big of a distraction for him, but he is listening while he's playing, and he has asked me to give him a shout out for everyone to follow HughesYRL on Twitter, and if that's not a good enough reason with a goal like that, go on, ladies and gentlemen, go follow HughesYRL on Twitter. I'm sure he'd appreciate it very much.
Hughesy, I want a ceiling reset right now. You're listening to me, I want a ceiling reset goal. If you wanted to shout out, my friend, you need to do a ceiling reset, okay? Go. Ceiling backboard reset. Show us how fancy you can get on stream. That's worth a shout out for a plug, my friend Hughesy, and that's crazy. 2 out of the defense. That one's going to be set on, and then this 5th goal in, we could be going double figures in this game. We go halfway down in the first.
Could be. It was a great kickoff from Mop. Hughesy took it into the corner, then just rotated out as the defense failed to clear, and that allowed Spees Beef the better angle with the shot through onto the open net. So there we go, 5 goals to 0. 1 second extra with exactly half into the game, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can see Cheltenham start to bring some goals back, because they've been finding it pretty difficult just to get out of the defensive half. Merriweather putting a ton of pressure onto them.
And it might settle it down. Let's focus on a little bit of defense here, and
He's trying that reset.
Yeah, like just create some. Well, it was a good save in the end. They almost had their first goal as well, Cheltenham had. Look, try some fancy stuff. It gives a chance for the opposition to get into the game. So be it. But you're 5 goals up at the moment. Settle down right now. Look, he's going for it.
There he goes. He wants it. Oh, so close.
It creates some entertainment. Why not? You don't just have to go for the standard regulation, shoot the ball down the corridor and slam the ball in. He's going back to the defensive side and doing it. That's not how you do it, Hughesy. Come on, mate.
He wants a double reset, I think. With the whole length of the
He's not
field.
in Vample, mate. Vample does the quad from the back line.
Yeah, but he does it with unlimited boost.
Yeah, unlimited boost, mate. He's been watching too much of Apple stream.
Alright, here we go. Hughesy. Fresh on boost, being challenged by Alex Nosy Tulip. And blocked out by Spees Beef and Mop. Hughesy. Over the top of Bran. Was it Branzadel, I think is what we decided on.
Yeah,
bit difficult to figure out which letter to put the...
split it down the middle, man. Sounds about right.
Yeah, we were just struggling with which letter to put the emphasis on, but Branzadel sounds about right. So you'll Hughesy go for another one. He's a bit frustrated, but he'll get it eventually.
Could it be Branzadel?
Could be Branzadel.
Branzadel. Don't know. Branzadel.
Yeah.
I mean Branzadel.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the Z.
Mop is easy. Look at that, just MOP.
Yeah. Really good as well. You can definitely make a good logo out of it. So
yeah,
Spees Beef, crossfield, a little bit too much nos on the ball. That one sent far side by Hughesy. Spees Beef won't get there with the ball. It's Alex downfield. This one we brought back in, and well, look, Cheltenham, they've done well to just stem the flow of goals in the dying minute of this game, and it gives them some credit going into the next for defense. But what they need to do is take that defense, work it forward, and work into some goals early on, and give a bit of a chance to Merewether. But look, I think second game's going to be a big challenge.
Absolutely. Merewether obviously really warmed up, but you did bring up a good point. Merewether scored all 5 of their goals in the first 2.5 minutes, and past the 2-minute 31-second mark, as you said, Cheltenham really stemmed the tide on those goals coming through. So we're just waiting for Brand Zadel to get ready up there, and there he is. We'll jump into the next game as soon as possible. Be interesting to see if Cheltenham have been able to, mentally reset and adjust to the offense that Merewether are bringing up against them.
Well, we're going to jump into the second game, and this could be a very quick 2-0. And I think most of the teams are starting to progress into round 2 as well. And we do have 22 to go into, which is Warriunda Secondary School and Canning Vale High School. So that is the next match coming out, which is being held for us. So ladies and gentlemen, we will have a quick break, and we'll be coming straight back into that momentarily after this one has concluded. But let's see if Cheltenham Secondary College can get themselves a goal here. Hughesy with a carry, looking to try and finish. Just can't get that touch in the end.
Yeah, Alex Nosey Tulips had presence of mind to stay on the ground. No one like we and Brand Zadel had already gone up. So Alex Nosey Tulip knew that there was going to be that third shot coming in from Speesby. If he did manage to get the save, otherwise that would have been the first goal right then and there for Merewether. No one like we wraps around on that one. Mop, that's an easy pass over to Hughes. He'll be more than happy to finish that one off for him. So there we go. First goal to Merewether once again, and a better start this time for Cheltenham, but still conceding the first goal.
Yeah, 3 defenders heading out the ball, and I think 2 of them hit each other, which ends up with 2 of them bumping each other out of the way. Pretty much the effect of how 2 go out and they just disappear out of the field. And then one's completely rotated out from the ball, so open net in result. Another nice cross here. Clearance will come from No One Likes We. I still can't. It's funny when I hear it, but it makes sense. No one likes the Wii console regardless. It's PlayStation or Xbox. Pick your poison. Here's Speesby for setting this one up. Oh, cheeky.
Yeah.
Cheeky
Good
little
angle.
touch.
Always like a nice angle. There we go. Just over a minute in, 2 goals up for Merewether. And obviously, we've seen the little logo flashing up on the screen. There is some poor server health going on. That's just OCE servers being OCE servers, unfortunately. Hopefully, it fixes itself out. If all the players are really finding it too much, perhaps we can get a restart. But
it never used to be like that, Rankies. It never used to be like that. It was always good. Mind you, I didn't set up on mine. Maybe that's just you.
I've seen it, and Hughesy also messaged me saying there's a lot of server lag for the players. So, well, there we go. Thought that was going to be a Hughesy goal. Mop was in there looking for one too, but in the end, it's Speesby that gets the last touch.
So, what are we thinking about Speesby and Mop right now? Are they better than the 2 subs?
It's a little bit early to tell. I mean, the 2 subs were good enough to play with Hughesy, and they got themselves into the grand final. I mean, look, they did take a game off Peel High School. They almost took the second. Unfortunately, they did lose it there in that best of 5. But clearly, the subs were good enough to make it to the grand final. And yeah, I think it's still a little bit too early to tell if Mop and Speesby are living up to standard. But Hughesy seems pretty confident in them. So otherwise, why else would he be playing them?
The other thing as well, Hughesy's still on Octane today. He's a Dominus main. Why hasn't he changed over? That's the question.
He may just be wanting to get used to the Octane.
And using this as an experience. Nice by Mop.
Yeah. This is a big pop and carry out from Hughesy. Didn't quite get the second touch. Mop was there just to slam that one through. Speesby easily could have got the touch as well. But one thing that I suppose it's not too bad in this series up against Cheltenham, because obviously Cheltenham's defence is finding it really difficult up against the Merewether attack, but they are talking about Merriweather getting really overly aggressive and pushing for these goals, they need to be careful when they start to move forward further into the bracket, because they may come up against a team that's perhaps better than them, and they might start being punished for that. So they need to start having the presence of mind to put those rotations in properly and leave someone back in defence, because you never know when a big clear can come out over top.
This one's set to the corner. Mop not able to recollect. Defense now working it out. Brand Zadel. I was about to call him Brand Zizzle. it rolls off the tongue a little better. I've been known to rename players in OCE, and yeah, people do actually go with the name. Mop in the meantime carrying this ball down forward off the backboard. Hughesy does charge at it. Defense. Well, it's actually Mop that brings it back defensively. Sprees Beef crosses the ball. Hughesy actually in the way of Hughesy, so the ball's held up. There's a chance here for the Orange team to score in Cheltenham. Counter though, no one likes Wee with the ball. 50-50, Hughesy, he's popped up with the ball. It does go high off the ceiling. Mop sends it wide. No one likes Wee, countered Brand Zadel. Met by Hughesy. He can't get the touch. Does set down the hot spots. Reesby puts in the 5th goal. They're back up to 5.
So yeah, look at what Hughesy's trying to do here. He's jumped off the ball, tried to go back around the opposite side of the ball and get a little touch to sort of send it down towards that net. Unfortunately, really tight angle. Don't blame him for missing it. But as we just saw, Spees Beef was there just in case that sort of thing happens, and he's able to put that last touch through to pick up the 5th goal. So this time, look, the one thing that we can give Cheltenham credit for is, instead of it being 5-0 with 2.5 minutes remaining, it's 5-0 with, at the time of the last goal being scored, only about, closer to 1.5 minute remaining, a little bit less than that. So the defence has gotten better from Cheltenham, but unless they start getting a couple goals right now, unfortunately, it's still not been enough in big enough time, especially with Mop putting the body checks on Brands out of there and bumping him out of the way. Doesn't even catch one back. Mop trying to get that pass through Spees Beef, and Hughesy, it is Spees Beef that gets that shot through. 6-0 now with 42 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and that's 4 goals for Spees Beef as well. So he was on his hat-trick before, and there's a Codger goal for Spees Beef. Now, is there a fancy word for it, or is it just Codger goal?
I don't think there's a fancy word for it. I think it's just, Quadra goal, 4 goals, whatever you prefer.
Codger goal. Yeah, Codger goal. It usually is Codger kill in these games, but no, Codger goal. That's what it is. 2 fly at it for Merriweather, and they're getting a little bit eager, hungry for more goals. Got plenty of the tournament to play right now, as last 20 seconds is coming down in game number 2. They will progress through into round 3, because we are sitting in round 2 with this game, and we do have another round 2 matchup coming, as we didn't catch any round 1 in the start of this tournament. Number 2 online qualifier, that is. This one coming down in front of the goals. Defense does clear. Speedspeed just putting more pressure on the side wall. They might keep it up for the last final attack. That one will come down. 7 goals in on the 0-second mark, and the Speedspeed putting in his goal number 5. He's had an absolute blinder of a second game.
That was a great pop pass from Mop as well, allowing Spees Beef to pick up that last goal of the game. As you said, 5 to him. Hughesy and Mop, they take a goal each as well. Look at that. 8 shots, 5 of them were goals for Spees Beef. Hughesy, he got 1 off 5, and Mop got 1 off 2. More importantly, though, Hughesy and Mop assisting all of Spees Beef goals there. So we do have 5 assists for the 5 goals that he scored. Not a lot of time in defence, though, for Merriweather.
I asked the question before as well with Spees Beef and Mop, whether these two guys coming in for the subs as of yesterday, if they looked better than the subs, and already I'm getting a hint off Spees Beef. Maybe Mop, he probably needs to warm up a little bit, but Spees Beef, I reckon 5 goals in that last piece. He's showing up at the moment. Hughesy doesn't have to do as much as he had to do yesterday. I think the time will tell when it comes to the later stages of today's online qualifier. Yep. Perhaps I think it's a little bit final, and then the final if they get there.
I think it's a little bit deceiving with Mop being at the bottom of the score, though. He did have 3 assists, so he got the playmaker badge. So it's not as if he wasn't putting in a ton of work for his team as well. So again, Merriweather just showing that they're definitely a team to contend with here.
Match 22, Wirreanda Secondary School and Canley Vale High School coming up next. We'll take this quick break and we'll be right back.
Your lips are stained with fiction. You always have your reasons, and I spoil you rotten.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the HSEL 2018 online qualifiers number 2. We are finally getting into a second match, round 2. Wirianda Secondary School taking on Canley Vale High School. I'm biased, that is Rankies, and this is going to be interesting because we finally get to see some new people on the stream and some different talent Rankies. So it's not that we can talk about these people, but we can see some different skill levels, and we can see whether we get some different surprises, and that's what's really exciting.
Absolutely. So, pretty sure, Wirianda and Canley Vale haven't had matches featured, so that's why we've tried to organise this one. Yep. I'm just taking a look at the player list as well, and Canley Vale, they have 5 people listed. So, Shy Guy, Ribbit, and trying to find the other name. Kirby. Kirby, I think is how. Yeah, Kirby. Yeah. So the two subs for them are CC and Salty Mackerel. They're not playing today. Well, it appears those. It could be any combination, but of the 5, these are the 3 that are playing today. And for Wirianda, Wirianda actually have 3 teams, so I'm just trying to compare the names.
Master Debata. Master Debata 1. There's a name in there.
Rhino. I'm not seeing the names in here, so maybe they could be.
There's Rhino, Master Debata 1, and then Duke Snow.
Okay. I think they may be using different names on Steam than they are in the list, so
probably PlayStation.
Have a look,
and that's why it goes down. I don't know. Sometimes it can be wrong, Ranky. Sometimes human error is a thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's quite difficult for us to delve because the names they've got in game here are different to the ones that are on the that they signed up under. But I'm sure we'll find out as we move forward into the game. So hopefully the players are ready soon, and we'll be able to give them the word to jump into the game straight away.
Well, what we can let everyone know, for anyone showing, because we just had a viewer count increase, so we'll let everyone know that it's best of 3, single elimination for the qualifiers. The team that wins today's online qualifier goes to the Hybrid World Adelaide, and there's 4 qualifiers, so 4 teams go. So practically you have to win the qualifier to go to Adelaide. So everyone is playing through the qualifier. You get 4 chances. Today is everyone's second chance. And right now we're seeing 2 new teams on the stream that haven't had an opportunity practically. Did we just get... I think we just had a spectator join the match. So, interesting. But let's momentarily sort it out for the second, and the boys can get on their way as the teams jump on their respective sides. Let's see how they go.
Alrighty, and it is going to be Duke Snow 474 picking up the first goal for Wirianda. And, I can confirm that Wirianda do have 3 teams competing in this tournament. Not a single one of them on the player list are these names, so we have no idea which team from Wirianda it is, but we can guarantee you it is at least one of them, Bizer, of course.
Yep.
And, of course, Canley Vale, they only have the 1 team as far as I'm aware. And we'll see if they can bring it back as soon as possible and pick up a reply goal. It's definitely difficult to start a comeback when you get down 2-0, 3-0 early in the game, Buzzer.
Just keep commentating for a sec, man.
Alrighty. We've got Shy Guy aerialing against the backboard touch as well. It's a good pass. Ribbit only just up in the air, goes backboard again. Really should have taken the shot. It was an open net there. Now it's down to Shy Guy, just trying to keep this one forward. And the rotations through. See Ribbit again. I'd like to see Kirby get forward. It looks like they're playing Kirby, and yeah, he's perma goalkeeping right now. I haven't seen that since Season 1, Season 2 days. Very, very early Rocket League. Well, he's finally out of net now. Looks like he's eager to get going, but both Rhino and Duke Snow there to keep it forward for the side of Wirianda. Now Shy Guy over the top, and that should be a goal. That's looking good, and there it is. bottom left corner. Shy Guy ties it up with 3 minutes, 26 minutes remaining on the clock.
Well, both teams having a crack early on, and this is what I like to see, a competitive nature between both of them. At DLC, I just love it. I love the T-Rex popping out of the goal. It's a good one. I'm sort of mixed emotions about DLC. I like the T-Rex. I like the car. They made it too small, Rankies. They're like, every other car is like huge, and then you see that Jeep, the little Jeep. It's so tiny. I'm like, why? It has to be bigger than every other car. No, it is tiny when it flies around the car. Anyways, let's get back to the game. That one sent on, and Duke Snow with a save.
I do like the Jeep though. Surprised none of the players are using it in this. We got Rhino now on the sidewall. It's a nice boost steal there, but Kirby goes over the top. Doesn't quite find it past Master Debata 1. Shy Guy, chip up, not following it though, goes for the boost first. That's going to allow Rhino for the clear. Ribbit. Out to left wing here, looking for a pass across the top. Doesn't get past them all. Shy Guy's shot not on target either. Duke Snow now with the dribble out. It's a flick, doesn't catch that boost. He's going straight for the backboard play to himself, but Kirby there for that clearance out. A little bit inaccurate with that attempted shot from Duke Snow.
All sent one, Shy Guy. Drop down over the top. Master Debata. So interesting, if you say that name incorrectly, you're in trouble, Rankies. Absolutely,
and it's not as if we can just be like, oh, you know, that's a bit inappropriate, you should be changing it, because he's on PlayStation, and I'm not sure how easy it is to just go and change your name on PlayStation like you can on Steam.
I think there is an edit. You can, but you pay for it. I've seen
that's
the
what I was
PlayStation
thinking.
Names being edited before, but you have to pay for it.
I know on Xbox you have to pay. Well, at least on Xbox 360 you had to.
Okay. Do you have a 360 at home?
I do, but I haven't used it since like 2011.
Oh, wow.
Since my injury.
That's crazy. 7 years. It's a long time.
It's been a long time.
Ribbit, in the meantime, takes the ball through the corridor over the defense, scores the second goal for the team, and Canley Vale will take the lead.
And we go to 1 minute 22 remaining on the clock. Ribbit will be happy with that one. We're not seeing much teamwork in terms of pass plays, Bizer. No assist on them. There's been 3 goals in total scored in this game. No assists yet. A lot of shots though. Shy Guy's got 6. And Ribbit has 4. Meanwhile, Wariando only have 2 shots on the board, both from Duke Snow. Shy Guy almost finding an amazing angle off that one, but not to be, it seems. Ribbit, that's a good pass backwards to Shy Guy, but picked up and cleared out by Duke Snow. And the classic Batmobile there. Ribbit. Shift down the right wing. Looking for a pass. Can catch it on the bottom side of the ball. It's a good floater as well, but Shy Guy way too late to jump up an aerial for that one. So they'll have to get back in defense. There we go. You take a look at Shy Guy and Ribbit. I mean, Shy Guy's going to pick up a goal here. Really nicely played, but Bizer, look at Kirby. This entire play, he's perma-goaling. Right now, we are seeing Canley Vale 2v3 Wariando pretty much.
Well, it's an interesting strategy, though, because it opens up a little bit of room and for his teammates to go around the field, and Kirby's just like, okay, no worries. I'll play goalie, I'll allow you to create a structure going forward, and you can just take the ball yourself. I'm not going to get in your way. You don't need to pass.
They're doing it intentionally, though.
It's interesting how they go. Ribbit with a pass back. Interesting play. And that almost rolls in as well.
I mean, I see the idea behind it, because it means if a shot does come downfield, never mind. I need to see the speed on this. Hang on. We'll get back to that point after. It's a good pass off the sidewalk from Shy Guy.
160 kph. Holy moly.
Wow, and then Ribbit pinching off Master Debata. But yeah, back to my point, I see the idea behind it. But then again, as I mentioned earlier on, Bizer, there's, perma-goalies haven't been the meta since like Season 1, maybe Season 2, very, very early Rocket League days. So I get the idea if there's a big clear over the top from Wariando, obviously Kirby's going to be there to deal with it. But at the same time, Canley Vale have missed out on several goals because both Ribbit and Shy Guy have set up passes, inaccurate shots that have worked out to be passes, and that third rotation from Kirby hasn't been there. So we could have even seen a larger scoreline We have seen game one end at 4-1 in favour of Camley Vale, but it'd be interesting to see. All Wirianda need to do is figure out how to get a short clear over top of Shy Guy and Ribbit, and then they could 2 or maybe even 3v1 up against Kirby, and it's not going to be that difficult to score. It could all go very wrong for the defence of Camley Vale.
Well, it's okay to have the perma goalie right now, Rankies, but going into round 3 and 4, and then potentially the semis final, that goalkeeper can't be there, because you're coming up against sides that are going to commit 3 up, or even 2 to goal, and then the third's going to put that constant pressure. Having goalies is not going to help. You need to have a rotation and set. You need to have players that are going to help out. And having one that's going to be stagnant on the line, you're just going to see that goalie have constant pressure, and it's going to be all over the place. So, right now it's okay, but the Wirianda's going to soon figure out how to get around that.
Yeah, you would hope so. Hopefully that's what Wirianda are trying to focus on right now.
Yeah.
Again, at the same time, perhaps the reason that Kirby's sitting in perma goalie is maybe he's not got that much experience in Rocket League, so it could be Ribbit and Shy Guy. Maybe they had a conversation before this, and Kirby just felt more comfortable staying in goals and allowing Ribbit and Shy Guy to go forward. I mean, so far they're pulling it off, but as we've both made our points already, that can easily go wrong for them, so they do have to be careful of that.
All right, I think these guys are waiting for a queue, so I might queue them in.
Yep. I'm just trying to take a look. Let's see here. No, can't find out. I was just trying to figure out how new Kirby might be to the game, but I've got no information on that.
We'll see how we go, but at the moment we're under second score, looking at a defeat. Camley Vale with some pressure and doing with 2 up the field at the moment. Don't want to have a goaltender though, because the next round is going to be hard to play. No, he's here.
Yeah, but for the first 7 seconds he didn't move at all, trust me.
Okay. Everyone's moving, and we've still got goaltenders.
Yeah. Ooh. That pinch almost worked out for Ribbit there. Close one. Shy Guy over the top. Not quite. Ribbit's there. Slams it over the top of Rhino.
Yep. And then this is what we talk about goaltenders. You're stagnant on the line, and watch Rhino. He just waits, and then he
left it way too late.
He finally decides to go at it. Ribbit's got a ball coming back at him, and he's like, okay, I'll just put this over the top of you. You can't be sitting there. If you're a rotational player, you'll have speed coming at the ball. You'll be able to play a defensive line. You know where to go with the ball, and almost Shy Guy, almost a second touch for him for another shot on goal.
There we go. I've always been a big proponent of
oh no,
accidental own goal here.
Oops.
We'll let that one slide. That's Ribbit's last touch all the way up in that corner. But as I was saying, I've always been a big proponent of defending your backboard as if it's your goal. Don't allow that ball to bounce off of the backboard, because if you leave it too late, like Rhino did earlier on, yeah, you're in the goal, but the ball's travelling towards your opponent. He's always going to beat you to it. You need to be the first to the ball in a defender scenario.
2-0 at the moment. First minute down for the second game. We're in the secondary school. Bit of pressure on them at the moment. I'm going to work out a strategy going forward, halfway mark. Ball set forward now. Ribbit. 50-50 challenge. Defense comes out, and Shy Guy, a hard angle, works to the backboard. Master Debata. Side ball back to the middle. Duke Snow can't get the hit and needs to back out. Rhino now a chance. He sets this up. That's going to float to the goal, and a save's been put in by Gerby. Ribbit.
It looked like it could have been barred down.
Could have been barred down. Oh, I think barred down and in rank is. It was going for me.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Cool. Yeah. I love it. We're on the same page. Kirby's going to launch, and that. Well, it's backboard. Ooh. Ribbit. Soft touch. Couple opportunities for both of the teams here.
Yeah. Again, I keep on going back to Kirby. He's sitting right on that goal line, just patiently waiting. Ribbit's going to back pass to him so he can get a huge chip. I really would have liked to have seen him follow that up in the air. It's going to be back to the other end of goalkeeper Rhino. doing sort of a similar thing, but he is coming out of the goal line way more than there. Kirby, again, same situation, left it too late to challenge. The only reason that wasn't a goal was because the shot wasn't on target. We really need to see Camley Vale be more careful about that.
Interesting strategy you talked about. They've got the ball through the middle and they go, right, we're actually going to use a quarterback strategy where we've got someone actually on the back line. We're going to pass back for a chip downfield. Interesting between these guys to use.
Well, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, it's working so far up against Wirianda.
So I'm looking forward to these guys when they the mechanics develop a little further forward, and they develop the skill set as well. They realise they don't need to chip backwards to be able to chip up forward. It'll be exciting for them, but I just know how further forward this game can develop for these guys. But crazy stuff. Under 2 minutes remaining, 2-goal lead for Canley Vale. I keep wanting to say Canning Vale because obviously where I live, we have a suburb so close, a school and a suburb so close to Canley Vale. There's a shot on, and that one's just hit the backboard. Duke Snow looking to clear. That one chipped up. This should be put in. It's going to be off the backboard, and Ribbit, he disappears from the strike zone and lets Duke Snow clear.
There we go, another pass back in the centre from Ribbit, but again, if Kirby wasn't sitting on that back line, that would have been the third rotation. Really what we should have seen here is the clearance from Wirianda, but somehow Canley Vale are getting away with just playing Ribbit, Shy Guy constantly back and forth between each other. I do like the back pass idea that they've been pulling off. It's not a bad idea at all. I love seeing a good back pass, but it's easy to counter for Wirianda. Unfortunately, Wirianda haven't quite been able to pull it off yet, but they are working on it. 4-1 was the previous game. It's going to be 3-0 now with a minute remaining. So, as you said, really good cross here from Ribbit.
Yeah, no one to challenge off the backboard, so he had a free rein to bring it down. And Shy Guy just in a good spot. No one coming up to try and take it off the ground. If there's no one on the backboard to counter, then you have to have someone on the goal to challenge. And you got someone stuck in the back of goal. No one's coming up at it. It's just an easy strike zone to shoot on goal. Ribbit's having a field day at the moment. 45 seconds, 3 goals to be scored. I don't see anyone from Wirianda responding at this point. There's another one incoming. Shy Guy should go, but double save. Master DeBata and Rhino working extremely hard on the defensive side.
Yep. Rhino, he's debating going back in the defense. He's trying to pull off the backflips. Maybe a half flip. No, he's just backflipping back into a position where he can go for defense. Clear across, but Master DeBata there for the clearance out. Rhino chipped, but then demoed as he was about to follow up by Shy Guy, who's picked up fresh boost as well. Kirby receives the pass from Ribbit and tries to clear over the top, but it's broken down in the middle. Now Ribbit goes over the top. It's a good pass pretty much to himself. Shy Guy's there. It's off the post and then out again. 5 seconds remaining. Can we see a 4th goal from Canley Vale?
Rhino.
Ribbit doesn't catch the lift on the pass, so it's just going to touch the ground there, and GGs are called out. Canley Vale, they walk away with a 2-0 victory here up against Wirianda.
I think some fun to be had from Wirianda at the end there as well. A lot of pressure coming on the defensive side.
And they did better than game 1.
Yeah, they certainly did. They conceded less, but they weren't able to get on the scoreboard. That's the only. The scoreline's still the same in terms of
3 goal difference.
Free goal difference, but they weren't able to get on the scoreboard. But certainly pressure's still there from Canley Vale. Canley Vale's only thing from here is they're going to come up against some harder opponents. So from what I can see is they may get knocked out going up further in
this won't last long at all.
So it won't last long from them. The pass back scenario that we see from their rankies, it's a clever little idea for their team strategy that they're going for. However, against a higher ranking opponent, which we know is in this online qualifier, it's going to get shut down, exploited, and goals are going to be scored against them. So they certainly need to work it out. Their strategy for rotation as well needs to be I think at least thought about. Leaving one person in the goal line and not rotating him and only having 2 out in the park, it's certainly going to catch them out.
There is one condition that can work. If Shy Guy and Ribbit are able to continually pass back with enough speed to Kirby and allow Kirby to get the chip over the top of the oncoming offense of whatever team they come up against, that'll work. But if they can't keep consistently pulling off those pass backs, that's where, as you said, it's going to all go wrong if they don't have those rotations to back them up after that fails.
Well, we're going to follow Canley Vale through to the next match, and we're going to check them out against, well, what we thought was going to be a contender, and still potentially a contender without their main guy, Smiths, which we know is at Gfinity at the moment, and they're playing with a sub. It is a team of Southern River College. Can they do some damage today? It is round 3 coming up next. Canley Vale High School taking on Southern River, match number 27. We'll see you in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading into the next round, and that is round 3 of the HSEL 2018 online qualifier number 2. Sunday Rocket League action here. Pretty crazy right now. My name is Bizer, and Rankies is joining me. If you guys have enjoying yourself, let us know in chat. I do have it open, and I just see a whole lot of keep his name all right at the moment, Rankies.
That was in reference to Master Dabata. So we got Foz and Jando from, was that Kayama? I think they're playing for.
That is Kayama right there, and I was about to say Kayama. Why not? Keep it strong.
There we go.
Pretty crazy. And speaking of that, let's quickly go through, before they get these guys going, let's quickly go through results and let everyone know how round 3 is pairing up, because round 3, half of the results have already gone through. So Merriweather High School have got a win over St. Michael's College 2-0 result. Gilroy Catholic College are currently taking Kiama High School, so obviously Jando can't respond to our comments right now unless they're listening to us. So the winner of that will take on Merriweather High School in the semi-final. We will be going up to number 28 after this, so the admins mark that down. Let them know to hold that match. We want to go up to 28. Tatakila Lutheran College have gone down to Brighton Secondary School, so they are progressing into the lower semi-final. 2-0. So if we're good on time, we might even go to double semis today. We'll see how we go. We'll probably mark it. And obviously the match we're going into now, Canterley Vale High School taking on Southern River College. So round 3 is interesting matches.
Absolutely. You know, the winner of this, as you said, will determine who goes on to face up against Brighton Secondary School in that semi-final. And it is, obviously you can't call them when you don't see them, but Kiama versus Gilroy, to me it is likely that Kiama will probably win that, which, you know, my prediction is slowly coming true. I think you agreed with me when I said that it's likely to be a Merriweather versus Kiama semi-final in the top bracket. The bottom one we couldn't really decide on because a lot of the teams in the bottom bracket, which is why we've been trying to stream some of the games down here, haven't been on the stream yet. So we're yet to they're yet to have any exposure and we're yet to see them play. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting.
I think without further ado, we should get this going. And we missed the 26 game because that launched, so we had to follow the 27. So the guys are going to get straight into it. I love it. They're listening to the stream. They're just like, okay, let's get it going. And I didn't need to say anything. They're listening. They want to go. So Shy Guy, Ribbit, and Kirby, we saw them before. They are in here we know they've got a goaltender. They've got a goalkeeper. Kirby, so they've got a 2-man strategy working outfield. I wonder if they stick with that. Soggy Waffles, Acid, and Omega. Now, we know one of their main players is in Sydney under Gfinity. He will be back next week. If they don't make it into the grand final and go through today, they'll be back next week to perform. So they add what I know as a grand champion into the lineup. So they become a big threat next week. But let's have a look to see how the lineup performed today, because we didn't get to see much. We actually didn't get to see him yesterday.
Interestingly enough, we're seeing, I mean, Kirby's still sort of sitting in the net, but he is coming out of the net more. And what we said previously is if these guys start to move forward up against some of the stronger teams, we are actually going to see Canterley Vale pick up the first goal up against Southern River. And I did want to make the point of Southern River are one of these stronger teams that the strategy or attack that Canterley Vale were taking might not work. So it's good to see Kirby starting to come out of net a little bit more. There we go.
Sorry,
kick
mate.
off.
I'm just having a coughing fit.
Oh, you all right, Bizer?
Yeah, you just go for 30 seconds and I'll sort myself out.
All right, no worries. You let me know, mate. We're not going to see the goal just yet for Southern River. A little bit of over-committing as well. Ribbit could punish them for this, and he will. Picks up the second goal now for Canterley Vale. Quite clearly, Canterley Vale are already warmed up from that previous series, which we're able to stream. So they're keen to keep on showing that performance that we saw earlier on. We saw really good pass plays, particularly from Ribbit and Shy Guy. Some of the back passes to Kirby in the net to allow those huge chips over the top to set up those nice offensive plays. Be interesting to see how Southern River try to adjust to it as we progress further through this game. It is a best of 3, so there we go. And if you are new to the stream, if you didn't catch it yesterday, these matches are best of 3, single elimination. It's 4 one-day qualifiers. Yesterday was the first one. Today is the second. Then it will be next weekend at the same times as well on Saturday and Sunday. The prize of this tournament is
Flights.
Exactly. The 4 teams that win these one-day competitions get all expenses paid trips. I'm assuming all expenses paid to Hybrid World Adelaide, which is where they're going to hold the LAN competition. So a really fun LAN experience for these guys.
And I think it's a really cool thing. Flights, expenses, off you go to Hybrid World Adelaide, and trust me, it's a lot of fun. Indeed, it is. So 2-0 at the moment. Soggy Waffles, Acid and Omega being challenged at the moment. Shy Guy, Ribbit and Kirby certainly putting the pressure on. Has Ribbit getting out. It's Acid that beats him to the ball. Shy Guy to counter. Side wall, bring this ball around, looking to wrap Acid. He does look to try and meet on the backboard, but unable to get there first. Soggy Waffles will bring this one out. Kirby, well, he finally comes out of the goal this time. He's listening. He's listening and learning.
He got involved. He didn't have any points for it, but he did get involved with the first goal as well. He actually came towards the opponent's net, so he has been getting a little bit more active on the field, starting to get a bit more aggressive, being the first to challenge out of the net rather than waiting for the attacker to get to the ball first. So that's definitely helping out Canley Vale. Kirby already showing the improvements on the field. Southern River still seem to be finding it a little bit difficult to adjust to it. Off the backboard there, Acid looking to set up for either Omega or Soggy Waffles to come through. It is Soggy Waffles. Omega's there for that third rotation, and that's what Southern River need to try and pull off successfully now, is these three-man rotations, try and exhaust the boost, get a little bit of boost deprivation going on to Canley Vale as well.
Ball set for the side wall to be brought forward. Backboard as well, and all the pressure certainly on Ribbit. He's shot that off someone. I don't know if it's
They just took the defense apart.
Yep, he's teed it off his own teammate. Yeah. Ouch.
Well, but yeah, look at that. Canley Vale just taking the defense of Southern River apart there.
3-0 at the moment. And Canley Vale was certainly showing some strength at this very moment. But like you said, like I said a little earlier, they need to make sure that they're getting those three rotation.
No!
And Acid. There's the demo that opens it up, and they can't capitalize on it. The ball goes back to the defensive end.
Oh, Omega went right underneath the ball. He jumped too late, and he didn't have enough boost nor control on his car to be able to lift up and get that shot. That was a huge play from Acid. Kirby being not quite perma, but most of the time goalkeeper in this match. Just demo him to get him out of the way. I was so excited to see that. And then Omega, unfortunately, just couldn't get that shot through. It was looking so good for Southern River. A minute remaining, they still don't have a goal on the board.
Ball sent forward, Shy Guy. Misses the touch here. Soggy Waffles deflected to the far side. Ribbit continues the momentum forward. Looks to pop it over the top. Bar down and it's out wide. Unlucky for Ribbit.
Close.
He worked extremely hard for that goal and just didn't work out. Omega now 1v2 with the reset from that demo. That ball worked outside Kirby. He's missed it as well, as long as Acid. That scoop sent back to the defense. Soggy Waffles puts it back over the halfway line. Ribbit with the counter. Acid back as they go ping pong. So evident in this game in the last 16 seconds. We'll see this first one done, but tell you what, Canley Vale surprise in this. I thought the Southern River would be a little bit of a challenge, but not in this first opening game.
No, not at all. Southern River just finding it really difficult to warm up against Canley Vale. There was at least one, possibly two, that looked like 100% certain goal opportunities that unfortunately Southern River just let pass them by. So that might be a little bit frustrating. But again, they just need to focus on just getting past that. It is a best of three. They need to now win the next two games back to back, but they still have that chance. Canley Vale, they're going to be feeling quite confident and probably comfortable as well. So I think what Southern River might need to rely on is surprising Canley Vale. Again, that's going to be really difficult, though. I know Kirby's spending most of the time in the net, but Ribbit and Shy Guy have been really impressive in how they're able to maintain the attacking pressure while it's just essentially the two of them forward in the half. The passes they've been making, sure, there's been a ton of intercepts from Southern River, but Ribbit and Shy Guy have been able to successfully gain back possession for Canley Vale seamlessly.
Just take note of the ping right now. Acid and Omega, they're spiking like there's no tomorrow.
140 for Omega right now.
Has this been issue for the whole game, and why Southern River can't get consistency into their game? It's just something I want to sort of watch throughout the second game to see if that's an issue or not. Whether their ping is having a major issue of getting them consistency and playing into their rotation into this game, because it's.
I'm glad you brought that up. It is a good point.
Because if you're spiking between 50 to 60 ping, that causes massive havoc in the game.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Rocket League. Yeah, if you spike from 4 to 8, that's nothing. Like, that's just
You don't
normal
need to tell me.
That's normal server, but big 60, 70 ping is massive.
You know my experiences that I had just a week or two ago, Bizer.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I think for the moment we're going to have a momentarily pause just to see if the guys are okay with the pings, to bring that back down. The admin's just checking up on them. So the admin's checking up on them to see if their ping's okay. So we're going to wait until the admin gives us the all clear for them to join.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to let because those pings are extremely high compared to the other players who are sitting on 20 right now. Going, okay, no worries. Yep, so they're happy to go.
Alrighty.
But Omega, he's still up there, and so is Acid. They're still sitting high on those pings. So you got, compared to Ribbit and Shy Guy, like, that's probably the best ping I've seen in OCE in a while. 8.
Oh, they're like next door to the server, Bizer.
They've got a house built to the server, like fiber to the server. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They're right next door.
What's the next connection that's happening?
Sorry, what?
What's the new connection that they're building now? It's not fiber. It's I don't know what they're doing now. They've got a new type of connection.
Oh, 5G, the wireless.
Well, is it 5G?
Yeah. Telstra's rolling out their 5G.
Yeah, well,
which is better than NBN, but higher ping and latency. So it's no good for gaming, but absolutely great for downloading.
I don't get it.
No, neither do I. But we've already seen the first goal for Camleyvale in this game, off the back of Ribbit. And yeah, Acid and Omega's ping still, I mean, it's come down a little bit, but it's still jumping around, which, as I said, Bizer, you know the issues I was having with it last week. It was looking like I might have had to have pulled out of this cast because it was causing me lag. And it's absolutely unbearable. I do hope that it gets fixed up for Acid and Omega there. I mean, they're still able to aggressively play. Look, Acid just running rings around the defense. Finally, Ribbit comes out for the clearance. Oh. Acid and Omega, they bump into each other. Oh, it's not looking good, Bizer.
I need to sort it out. A minute down in the second game. Defense, such a key factor in Rocket League, and you're pinging around the field, not able to meet the ball with 50-50, and you lose it. Camleyvale certainly been in some really favourable positions as well. Shy Guy.
Ooh.
That one worked cross goal. No striker there to put in and an attack on. Sent back out, and Mega, he's on the right position for it. Allows an attack on to commit. This is an open goal. Acid very quickly onto it. Sends it far side, relieves the pressure for now. It's offline with the ball, but sends it into the wall to go back inside the corridor. Shy Guy straight onto it. Camleyvale with an attack, if they can set it on. Shy Guy misreads the situation, but defense, they do the same thing as well. Gives Rivet a chance to score the second goal and puts it in the back of the net.
There we go. Camleyvale will be very happy with this. These internet connection issues, an unfortunate occurrence for Southern River College. I do hope it improves for them, Bizer, because we both know how difficult it is to play with that sort of stuff. But of course, it's not going to get better anytime soon, not with the plays that Ribbit and Shy Guy are pulling out together. Shy Guy didn't quite get the touch there, but Ribbit's there to back him up. Make sure that one goes in. I've just double checked as well, Bizer, and Southern River College, we should have known this. It's in Gosnells. It's in WA, so that explains why they're sort of around 80 ping, but the fact that it's going from 80 up to 140, that's what's being a problem, particularly for Acid and Omega. Soggy Waffles has been stable 88 for most of the game, which it's still a bit high, but if it's stable, it's fine. You get adjusted to it and it's staying the same. The fact that these guys are spiking, it's no good, and yeah, hopefully Camleyvale take this to their advantage. As unfortunate as it is, that's just somehow, sometimes how the online gaming world goes.
Yeah, they need to place them at school and put them in the connection of school, yeah, where they have NBN and they can be at the fast-paced 60 ping. You know, I'm sure they'll be fast. It's like when I connect, I'm obviously Perth. We're both Perth. You can get 60 ping to the server.
Yeah, between 60 and 70.
The feels bad band that they're getting 88 right now. That is the old HSEL connection, I can tell between them. But yes, it's the feels bad band at the moment. 2-minute mark, and it's the 3-0 scoreline where Canley Vale had in the first game. It's looking like a victory right now, unless something can dramatically change between it. But defense is seemingly to be strong for Canley Vale right now.
It'd be nice if we were able to see exactly what Acid and Omega are witnessing, but you're just going to have to take our word for it, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, they're going through rubber bands.
Static.
So guaranteed
rubber bands and
guaranteed. What's happening on their screen is the ball's in one spot. They're like, right, I'm going to go here and hit it. And as they flip towards the ball just like a rubber band has pulled it away into a different direction.
It's like the arena shifts to the other side. Literally, like the car ends up on the other side of the arena. Yeah. They end up. They end up outside the arena. That's what happens.
They have stemmed the tide a little bit.
Just imagine not playing Rocket League. That's what's happening to them right now.
You're part of the crowd.
Yeah.
You're with the eggs in the stadium.
You're part of the scoreboard. That's what's happening right now. Acid's dropping one in. Oh my goodness! They get something. They're on the scoreboard.
44 seconds. They do pick one up. Obviously, this is do or die for Southern River.
I can't believe we're absolutely shredding them to pieces, and Acid dropped this one in. We're going to give them credit. Credit when it's due. Southern River, thank you very much for sorry. Thank you very much for pulling us back in the line. But straight away, it's countered. Ribbit off a kickoff. Does well to get this touch over. Waffles doing as much as he possibly can to try and save it. Just can't get his nose onto it. Good effort in the end for defense to get there off that point. But it's just been a good game by Canley Vale.
I wouldn't put it that we're ripping them to pieces, as you said. Hopefully it didn't come across like that. We are just trying to stress that there's not a lot these players can do about this, and the ping issue is very real, and it is having an impact on their game. So, but as we've brought up previously in the stream, Bizer, there are still 2 days remaining next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for qualifiers, and most likely Smiths will be back in Perth from Sydney for Gfinity to be able to help out with Southern River, because as you said earlier on, he's a grand champ player. He's up there with the best of them. So,
what's funny? What's funny though, it can't just be one player, and we'll break this down as well. Shout out to Canley Vale. They have earned their way to round 4, being the semis, because they've got 3 consistent players playing the game. Again,
it was good to see Kirby get out of the goal more as well.
That's exactly right. I think, though, the semi-final is going to be a test for them. Brighton certainly, we haven't seen Brighton secondary school, so I want to see what comes to the table. The final, I know, is going to be a really good side's going to be in there, so they're going to need to step up a game again for the semi, and then the final is going to be even a bigger test. So hopefully they can bring it.
Absolutely. So, as you said, be interesting to see how Brighton performs. We haven't seen that school compete yet. We are going to be jumping into the first semi-final, though, which is going to be Kiama taking on Merriweather, and that we know is already a grand final worthy match. We're going to see that in the semi-final, so definitely some excitement coming up next, folks. Stick around. We'll be right back after this break for the first semi-final.
I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, I was.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our semi-final round for the HSEL 2018 online qualifier number 2, Sunday Rocket League action. My name is Bizer. Joining me is Rankies, and mate, we're getting down to the business, and we got 3 more games of Rocket League because we just realised we can get 2 semi-finals in. Oh yeah!
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looks like we do have the time to be able to fit both in. There was a slight delay getting this match start up because Mop, living up to his name there, Buzzer, he is indeed a Mop. Shout out to Marcus Dibble, of course. But we can get this match underway straight away, of course, because I do believe all of the players are ready. We'll get them. We'll give them the word rather, and they can jump into their respective sides immediately. As they please.
If Mop's listening, you can now join.
Yeah. Well, Husey is listening, so.
Yeah.
Well, Husey is probably listening. He was before, and I tell him every time, dude, you need to be focusing on the game. But whenever there's a strain going on, he's always playing and listening, and it baffles my mind how he manages to focus on the game. But I mean, he does it well enough. I mean, as you can see, he's sporting the ESL Monthly Champion tag there, so it's not as if he's letting it affect him too badly. But we are getting underway with the kickoff buzzer.
Yeah, we're underway, and again, these are best of 3 matches. Today's final is a best of 5 as they decide who goes to the hybrid world Adelaide. So you want to get the best of. You got to win 3 games in that final. But yes, no, this is the best of 3. So 2 games to be won in this one, and this is practically to me a final in the upper side of the bracket, but semi-final. So these guys are going to battle it out. Potentially, I think these 2. I reckon we can see them in Adelaide.
Yeah, look, and we did both call that. We thought it was going to be a Kayama versus Merriweather semi-final. We are going to see Kayama Singe, in particular, receiving the assist from Jando, and they pick up the first goal of this game. Unfortunate defensive error there from Speeds Beef, just flew straight underneath the ball. Yeah, couldn't see the second player. Couldn't catch if it was Mop or Husey. They're both using 3 letters in their names, so.
You have to get used to it, mate.
Yeah, I do.
But this is going to be interesting because there is 4 qualifiers. It's just how many qualifiers you have to play to get to Adelaide is going to be the question. Jando's going to put the second in as well. Also, I suppose as well, you know, who's available on what days is the question, because there is substitutes and certain players missing because of certain things going on, like we've mentioned Smiths with another team and all sorts of bits and pieces. So, you know, like you obviously want to qualify early, just in case, you know, certain people come back and you go up against them and you miss out in qualifiers 2 and 3, and then you come down to the last chance qualifiers. So this is really important for Kiama and Merryweather right now. This is a do or die in qualified, so you don't want to go 3 and 4 next week. You don't want to have to go into those ones. So this is a pretty important semi-final. Yeah,
absolutely. Both of these teams want to be able to pick up the win here, go to that grand final, and, you know, stand the best chance of securing or punching their ticket through right away. We are going to see a nice little pass there from Spees Beef, just sets it up right in front of the net. Knew that Husey was right there to back him up. It's actually Husey off the backboard to Spees Beef, slows the ball down and allows Husey to put that in the back of the net. So really good communication between those two. Brings them back up with a goal on the board now, but still see Kiama in the lead with 2 goals. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. Already early aggression off the kickoff from Merryweather. Spees Beef just looking to rotate out. Husey doesn't win the 50-50. It's going to be Foz, but tapped over the top by Spees Beef. Husey just trying to keep it away. Actually helps out Jando. That's a pinch off the sidewall. Went for the Cook's pinch, I think. Didn't quite work out for him, but Singe is going to wrong foot Spees Beef with a great shot along the ground there.
This is nicely worked, and Jando, you know, trying something a little bit different. Defense is not expecting it, and then just gets into a position where Singe can just capitalise because he's got himself down the field and read the ball the best out of the opponents. And for that, they take the extra lead. 2-goal lead right now, Kiama in good position to be able to capitalise on this first game. Foz able to work it out of the corner. Jando not in the best position. Foz will follow it up nicely. Foz Spees to be in the worst position to make the defensive move. And Singe, and we take the best out of it and put the goal in.
Yeah, unfortunate here for Spees Beef. He turned around and just stopped the ball dead on. What he would have been better off doing was trying to jump up underneath the ball and then just utilising a side flip to either lift it over the top of the goal or aim to clear into that what would be their back right corner for defence, and give him the better chance of being able to turn around and get ready for the next challenge. But unfortunately, all Spees Beef was able to do was just set up the shot that ended up coming through there for Kiama. They're looking for a 5th already. Singe is going to receive the pass off the back of Foz, and it is 5-1 now, halfway into this game.
Something that we saw yesterday from Kiama was the pressure on goal and the relentless to be absolute damaging on the team that didn't have a strong defense, and we're seeing that once again here right now. Merryweather, they have to strengthen the defense and not let kickoffs be won too often from Kiama, otherwise this game just gets blown out too quickly and all of a sudden they can't get back in the door.
Yep. And we did see Kiama, they did pretty well. If we take a look at the previous bracket, they got knocked out at this stage of the tournament yesterday. They were actually beaten by Merryweather yesterday, so this is a rematch of yesterday, and so far it's looking like Kiama have learnt what went wrong from Merryweather, and they were 2-0'd as well. So yeah, definitely a good start here.
And it was with the 2 other players as well from Merryweather, so
the subs,
two different players here, and it's completely reversed. Reverse roles, so you know, maybe it's different players playing in their advantage here.
Absolutely, you know, different players throws in different play styles, everyone moving differently on the field, etc., and it's just working better for Kiama, it would seem. But again, Merryweather, I think they have it in them to be able to focus on this game and turn it around. But look at all 3 of them in that same defensive corner. They were almost punished. If Foz was a little bit faster, Husey would not have been able to make that dangerous clear across the face of the net. They're working for a second goal right now. Mop trying to get in there. Husey gets the boost deprivation, grabs that back corner boost. Spees Beef, and that's not quite on target, but really needs someone to be able to get back in time should clears like that come over the top. Foz with a really short pass down. Jando demos, wraps around Singe. I think he was thrown off by the flashbang of the demo there. He's just going to back off, and it'll be Spees Beef now for a pass through, but it's Singe over the top. Jando not going to be able to challenge Husey, so we'll get that easy save out with the seconds ticking down by just 40 seconds left. It looks like that Merryweather are just going to have to take this one as a loss, think about what went wrong, and how they're going to bring that back into their favour moving forward in this series.
And back up at your point with the 2-0 before, it was Merriweather was 4-2 and 3-2 against Kayama. So it wasn't a thrashing, it was a close game series.
Oh, it was a close series, yeah.
It was certainly close between it, where we're seeing at the moment, this first game, it's a blowout for Sinji Jando. Foz, they've actually scored a lot of goals, and we haven't seen much of a counter from Spees, who's a mop doing work with Husey. Husey hasn't been able to counter at all with this. And as we see this next goal from Jando, defense just wondering what to do, and Husey's trying to roll it out using the corner there. Just hasn't worked for him. So this first game, like you said, they're going to have to sit, reset the wheels, reset the motions, and let this one go and see if they can get a reverse sweep in the semi, because it's certainly gone from them, and Koyama, they're going to be happy with the start.
Absolutely. And it's not as if this is low-tier games either. We just saw in that last kickoff, Singe throwing a wave dash for the kickoff too. So these kickoffs are hard for Merriweather to win in the first place as well. As you said, Husey not able to get that last save earlier on there in desperation, accidentally getting the own goal. And yeah, like I said, it's down to these guys now to just be able to mentally reset and figure out what went wrong in this game and how to turn it around back onto Kayama in the next one. But I mean, we saw 2-0 victory for Merriweather yesterday. Maybe this is Kayama's day.
Yeah, it potentially could be. Like any of those teams could have got through in the semi-finals, and it was all down to, how the luck panned out, or who made the better plays. Sometimes you say luck, sometimes it's the better plays prevail on the day. Who makes the clutch moves. Yep. And at
both
the moment,
these teams clearly on the same level.
Yeah, that's correct. Singe and Jando, Foz all working. And yesterday, Foz was doing some amazing stuff. Like we talked about it as Foz being a player we didn't know much about, but he certainly made some plays that impressed us. And all he's got to do is put a package together where if he's got some strength for us, it works well with Singe and Jando, because we know those two can put a good day of Rocket League together, and that's all they're going to do is put a really solid day, a consistent day of Rocket League together, and they'll go into Adelaide.
Absolutely. We are seeing Merriweather once again, all three stuck in that same corner. We do see Husey get a good pinch off the backboard for the clearance. It's going to be Mop now approaching Foz. Husey has to play this one backwards. Nice play there from Husey off the backboard, rotates around the sidewall, did it all in reverse as well, but they can't just rely on these plays in defense for much longer. Foz, there's the aerials that we saw yesterday. He's actually faked that one. It didn't quite drop for the top right, but we are going to see Jando come and clean that one up. I do think there's a chance here, I could be wrong, but there's a chance that was an intentional fake there from Foz. He didn't touch it on purpose. He may have thought that was going for top right. Either way, both Singe and Jando there to make sure that it goes in regardless. So first goal within the, just after the first minute of this game expires. And yeah, things aren't looking good for Merriweather. They really need to focus on this one.
Speesbeef also had a chance there to clear on the line. He just sort of panicked on the clearance of the backboard, just flew the car at it, and in result, that ball came back in the corridor and it was scored by a striker that had no contention on the ball. So, easy goals as well. Defense a chance. A minute and a half gone in the second game. All they got to do, Merriweather, here is just make sure they focus on having a strong defense. And what a doink from Foz! How about that?
Singe off the sidewall here gets a great pass through. I don't think that was quite on target. That might have been post, and then Foz, just as you said, the little pop doink over the back of his car in the Dominus sends that one through for top right. Singe going for the wave dash again. 50-50 works out in Speed's B favour. He's closer to the ball, grabs that boost. Husey has now used a lot of it, needs to get back in position. So clearly something that Merriweather need to work on as well is communication and positioning. Because quite oftentimes their defense, the reason that Kayama High are getting these goals is just because they're punishing the defensive errors coming out from Merriweather. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can fix that up moving forward. 2-0 though, just under 3 minutes remaining. So still time for Merriweather to get back into this series.
We talk about who's on top today and the pressure, and it's certainly going the way of Kayama. They are seeming to be the ones in full control. Merriweather, something of a miracle needs to be pulled out of a rabbit's hat, certainly right now. This flip trying to be worked by Husey. And straight away counted Foz. Another opportunity here. He flips it high at Jando. And a fly as well from Singe. Not to be worked. Speeds beef. Husey as well goes for backboard. It requires Mott to come through. He's counted though. 2 on the side wall. A little bit of miscommunication coming through as well from Kayama. And now they're out of play. Singe, well, he actually tries to work around Speed Beef. Got the ball in possession. No boost to work it. A little too far away to get to the ball, and it's counted straight away. Husey, well, he had to turn the car to make sure it didn't hit the ball, and it actually wins the ball in defense. Good work by Husey to go. Can't clear it at the end. Gets his teammate to work it out for deflection as well. Past the 2-minute mark. And defense right now is all they're locked into. They can't seem to get it forward for a score on.
And every time they do make it out of their half, it's not spending much more than 10 seconds in the Kayama high half before they're able to get that clearance out again. Husey now off the sidewall, finally given some space to breathe, trying to set up a pass for Speeds Beef, but he's just nowhere near the ball. Obviously that first touch from Husey was on target, wasn't expecting it to go in though, so easily saved out by Singe. And it's the only save that Kayama have had on the board so far this game. They're still 2-0 comfortable lead. Just about 1:15 remaining for Merriweather. So again, still technically time, but time is ticking down and the pressure is building right now, Baza.
There's a drop on the shot. Sent one. Husey will pick it up. Downfield. Touch a little too much power. Almost a shot. Well, he actually came back inside and then hits the crossbar with his second effort. Space Bay. He wanted to get more of the rear end onto it. Didn't work out. Now a deflection. Singe going for the 50-50 win. Jando, well, he looked for his teammate. The touch was too much. He works it back off the backboard. Foz looked for it. Husey, if he has to go, it has to be now. The boost taken away from him. He does have 50 in the tank. Singe, though, working the mechanical skill. Tries to take the ball up the ball up the wall, rather. He had a ceiling reset and used it and flipped himself away from the contest. The ball launched on and Speed saves it. Still dying seconds. They need 2 goals in 20 seconds. It seems to be an impossible task right now.
Yeah, again, still technically possible, but look at the amount of pressure that Kayama are keeping up on Merriweather. They're not even getting out of their half, so I don't think we're going to see it. That one's going to go somehow post in from Singe. Take a look at this from his perspective. Nice backflip. Turns around with the 180 there. Off the post, just enough of the inside edge.
Well, that's now in the coffins right there, and Singe. That's a beauty, absolute beauty. In the last 9 seconds we played out, they'll celebrate and put themselves into today's final to be able to qualify for the Hybrid World Adelaide. Absolutely crazy. Kayama, a big game to take out yesterday's grand finalists. Well, they crazy stuff. Merriweather, they not going to get through, so they're going to have to try and requalify in next week.
Yeah. Obviously, the 2 biggest competitors for them, Peel High and now Kayama. Possibly Adelaide. Peel High definitely, because they won yesterday, and Kayama, they're in a prime position to be able to take today's grand final. They're just one of those teams that has clearly been on top of competition. They're going to be facing either Brighton Secondary School or Canley Vale High School, which we are going to be streaming next, Bizer.
Yep. Certainly indeed, and it's going to be interesting. We haven't seen Brighton Secondary School, so that's going to be interesting to see who comes through on that line. But we have seen Canley Vale High School, and we do know a little bit about the way they move, and we have some questions about how they progress in the next match, because we feel we know what Kayama's got to bring. We know how skilled they are. So Canley, the pass back with the goalie, that's not going to cut it in the final game. So if they can adjust and bring the next style, and maybe that's just what they did in round 2 and round 3, just because that's the type of game they wanted to play. Maybe they bring a completely different game style rankings. Absolutely, it's it is going to be. Maybe they have different strategies. Who knows? Like it's all a mind game sometimes with high school leagues. The kids are clever these days. They do different things to trick people into false sense of security. Next thing you know, they're flying through the air and doing ceiling resets. It's crazy stuff. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with Brighton Secondary School and Canley Vale High School. We'll see you in a minute. Second semi-final, we're about to get underway between Brighton Secondary School and Canley Vale High School to see who will get into today's final. That is the online qualifier number 2 for HSEL 2018 Sunday Rocket League action. My name is Bizer. Joining me is Rankies. Mate, we've had plenty of games today and 31 teams battling out for a position at the Hybrid World Adelaide LAN. It's going to be epic to see which team qualifies for the second position, and total of 4 teams are going over. And we know one team is over there. One team has qualified so far. That is Peel High School. Who's going to be the second one going through? We've got Kiama High School in the final for today. Who joins? That's the question.
Absolutely. So this is going to decide who is going to go up to face up against Kiama High School. It is going to be either Brighton or Canley Vale. Definitely exciting stuff, guys. We unfortunately had to say goodbye for today to Merryweather, who were second place grand finalists from yesterday. Yep. They still have 2 more chances next week, Saturday and Sunday. So they, hopefully won't let this affect them too much, and they'll just be able to come back next week stronger than ever. They didn't quite make it as far as they did yesterday, but again, Kiama versus Merryweather, we saw that yesterday on the opposite end of the bracket, but in a semi-final still, and they've traded spots now. It was 2-0 victory for Merryweather yesterday. Today, 2-0 victory for Kiama. So if Kiama get through, Merryweather will probably be looking good, one of the strongest teams left for Saturday and Sunday next week.
Well, we're pretty much ready to go. I did let the guys know, so we might have to get an admin to let them know. Discord? Oh, look, we're ready to go. There you go. Just say something in chat.
There we go. And we do have S Mackerel jumping in as a sub to replace Kirby, who was the perma goalkeeper for Canley Vale. Ribbit and Shy Guy, they've already shown their offensive prowess. Brighton, we saw yesterday, I believe you said they had a round 1 or a round 2 loss?
Yeah, so I think I haven't had a quick look at the bracket. I might go back to it, but the game's underway anyway. So Brighton Secondary School, I think it was a round 2 loss, I believe. It was very early on in the day.
I'm checking right now.
That we got between. I think it was a round 1 loss that they went out on. Marriott Vale very early on took them out. So they've actually got themselves through to the semi-finals. So a better day for Conrad, Muffin, and I'm a Penguin for these guys. But yes, it's good to see Mackerel. What can he do coming in? Got rid of the goalkeeper, so maybe a rotation. They decided to get rid of the goaltender and bring in a rotational player.
Maybe a Batmobile player.
Maybe it's the trick. Maybe it's the mind game that sets them into a position and gives them Lambert.
It could be big demo from Shy Guy onto I'm a Penguin Mackerel. Going to throw it right to where I'm a Penguin's respawned. He's got no boost either. He just wants to get out of here. Shy Guy, the first one to it, wasting a lot of time. Penguin finally going up for a challenge now, but Ribbit over the top of him. Gets that back pass to Mackerel. I was really hoping he'd take a shot there. It was pretty much an open net, but he's decided for backboard. A little bit of a tee off for Ribbit. He can get a pass now. That's a great pass to Mackerel. He's there, but jumps up too late for the shot. So, again, 2 opportunities now for Canley Vale, gone by the wayside early on.
Shy Guy downfield. Defensive side, Penguin has a shot. Ribbit, high up in the midfield, Shy Guy first to it. Down to the corner, it bounces, Penguin. Well, he goes back on his own goal, very tricky, Conrad. Blocks Mackerel. Shy Guy up to the side wall, Ribbit puts some pressure onto the backboard. Shy Guy not able to get an accurate shot, just goes up into the air for anyone to contest that. Shy Guy first to it, hopes for the second touch. And a good second effort. Conrad. And an effective touch allows Shy Guy to reset it as they come down to the halfway mark. Neither team yet to be effective on the scoreboard, but they are starting to get some offensive pressure going for both of the sides. But rankings, we're yet to really see a real setup for either team. There's a real good attack going forward, and Shy Guy unable to finish off the goal.
Yeah, it was a great attempt. Ribbit sent it down towards the net, was saved out. Shy Guy did get the block, but couldn't find it as the dunk over the top of the goalkeeper. So it did go back into that corner. They're resetting now. Mackerel trying to take some dribble control. Doesn't quite get the flick over the top of Penguin. He challenges too soon for Mackerel to do anything about it. Ribbit out of the corner now, going to leave that one for Shy Guy. He uses his tyres, but it's thrown him off. He didn't recover in time. Penguin gets the centre for Conrad. Everybody's missing the ball. Ribbit now, dribble control. Shy Guy here to support him. Ribbit still time. Gets challenged by Muffin. That's a great 50-50 pass into the centre. Mackerel misses. Penguin doesn't. He taps it. It's going for top shelf. Bar down. Ribbit doesn't make the save. And Shy Guy, what are you doing with the own goal, my son? It's all gone horribly wrong.
I'm just caught, got my eyes going left, right, left, right, left, right on that. Oh my goodness. At that point, you go behind and you flick it out. He's trying to crossbar.
Yeah.
Crossbar hit that and get a sort of a deflection out. And there's another one, Conrad, making it 2-0. A defense is falling apart for Canley Vale right now.
It's not going well. Penguin missed there. Shy Guy had to try and dive, and it was just too late. Conrad was already too close to the ball. A little bit of a wiggle there as a celebration as he floats off from that shot. 2-0, minute 38 remaining in game 1 here. Again, it is a best of 3 in these semi-finals, so if Brighton pick up game 1 here, that's certainly going to set them up nicely for the rest of the series, force that pressure onto Canley Vale. Mackerel downfield, it's an open net. Shy Guy, it is saved. Conrad into Muffin. Mackerel just didn't have the boost to be able to chase that ball down, unfortunately for himself and his team. We are seeing them all look to reset. Shy Guy trying to keep this pressure going on, but Conrad, that's a good clear, picks up the boost in the midfield as well. Ribbit has to clear across the face of the net. There's no one there ready to challenge. Conrad was bumped out of the way by Shy Guy. I think that's what he was going for, Bizer. We'll never know, though. Minute remaining. And it's 2 goals down still.
Yeah, and I was seeing wow in the chat from Conrad. He didn't like it. It's all part of the game, my friends. It's called Rocket League for a reason. Muffin pressures on, and Ribbit certainly had to save there. Conrad, he's got an open goal here. That ball's going, and it's in. 3rd goal scored. Brighton, a convincing lead.
And that's probably going to be wrapping up, putting that nice little bow tie on top of this game 1 here. Conrad Securing that one, of course, the assist credit going over towards Muffin. 36 seconds remaining. It's going to be very difficult for Canley Vale to find 3 goals up against Brighton just to be able to go for the overtime within the amount of time remaining. But we have seen miracles before, Biza. I don't think we're going to see one here today. So it does look like Canley Vale are just going to have to look to, as we said before, mentally reset, as many other teams have been put in the same position, and just look to try and bring it back in game 2 and 3 moving forward with the rest of the series.
Yeah, at the moment it's thinking about the second game and just having a look at your opposition. Canley Vale, certainly the last 2 games we've seen from them today, we've been able to sit and learn the journey of Canley Vale. Right now, just got to assess this game, come out in game number 2, think about scoring first and getting on top of their opponents.
There we go, Brighton. They do take out game 1 3-0 after all. Everyone's getting readied up, keen to get into the next game. So looks like we'll just go straight away for that one. Look, I tell you what, Barza, if I were on Canley Vale right now, it'd be a little bit difficult for me to figure out what to do, because Brighton, credit to them, they have been able to maintain a lot of offensive pressure onto the defensive line of Canley Vale, and it can be very difficult to find yourselves out of those situations when Brighton are just having those better pass plays.
I think you gotta structure the defense a little bit more. I think they got caught out with clearance work, and you know that there was an own goal in there very early on. So
from Shy Guy,
if they can start by clearing a little bit more and countering better, and then setting up that pass play to go through the corridor as well, a little more beneficial as well. I think they've also had to bring in the subs, so one game, get that jitters out. It's very hard to do in a semi-final. If they brought the sub in a little bit earlier, I suppose, or at the start of the day, it could have been a thing. So who knows? Single elimination is such a hard thing when you haven't done any games with your sub throughout the day. So
especially in best of 3 scenarios.
Yes, that's exactly right. Best of 5, at least you got a couple of games to play with.
Yeah,
but
2-game buffer.
In the best of 3 scenario, you don't have a buffer. Like you have a 1-game buffer, so next game is do or die practically. So that's where it's at right now. Brighton Secondary School, they have a chance to book their ticket into the final for today's qualifier. And right now, Canley Vale High School, they need to sort out the communication. I think take their time. They can join when they're ready, but it's basically down to the point. Defense is the key. They need to make sure they get into these kickoffs as quickly as possible, but also, it's like I've always said, it's challenges with the 50-50s. Generally, the ruling is you challenge the 50-50s. If you win, 60-70% of your 50-50s, generally, you'll get to the point where you'll be in the better position to score, and from there, you should generally have more goals, more scoring opportunities, and it's just about being in the better position and making most of your scoring opportunities, which I feel Canley Vale actually do have a better scoring percentage from what we've seen so far.
Previously, when they were playing with Kirby, but as you brought up the good point earlier on of Mackerel has come in as a sub for this semi-final, so for all we know, he's not had time to warm up today.
Yep.
And that can be very difficult, puts a lot of strain on the hands. You're coming into the game cold. Hopefully he's warmed up now and he can start to work a little bit better, almost catching that pass, but did see a Muffin able to intercept that. I believe it was Muffin. Ribbit now. So nice backflip on that one. Mackerel not going to be able to be... Oh, never mind. Penguin misses, so Mackerel did get that touch through, and he can grab a boost steal as well. Gets a pass backwards. That's a good one to Shy Guy. Looking for another pass back to Mackerel. Now he needs to rotate out, so we'll look to see rotations back in soon. Ribbit coming down now. Mackerel off the backboard. Doesn't quite catch that one, and Shy Guy respecting Mackerel's touch. Thought he was going to get it. They have to rotate back now and work it out of the defensive half yet again. A better start so far for Canley Vale, but as you said, Barza, we'd like to see them being able to get some more offensive possession.
Oh, here's the shot, and they need it. They almost ruined each other here, Rinkies. You see 2 going at it. This is the communication point. Shy Guy's done enough to get rid of his opponent, and then
big bump onto Muffin.
Mackerel's got the position here, but what you don't see in this position is 2 players almost collide going for it.
Oh no!
What's happened? I need to reset this on a replay. What's going on?
It's the Corvidae kickoff.
Oh no.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
None of the audience will understand that, Rinkies, but you and I.
Yeah, a little inside. So, yeah, basically, Corvidae kickoff was where the person who's supposed to go to kickoff doesn't succeed with their kickoff, and the other two defenders both go for the boost at the same time. It leaves an open net, and that's exactly what we just saw. We saw Penguin pick up an easy goal. Mackerel, to his credit, almost got back there in time, but not quite. This is going to be a backboard pass from Mackerel to Shy Guy, but cleared out by Comrade. Penguin looks to go over the top, does so successfully, can catch a sharp cut in there, chips it over the top. He's gone too close to the backboards. This is easy for Mackerel to get past Muffin. Now he has ball possession, wants that boost as well, does grab it. Being uncontested so far, goes for the flick for top left, but he overshoots it, and Shy Guy wasn't there correctly for the pass. I think Shy Guy called for the pass and it didn't come, so he just kind of tried to rush things and it hasn't worked out. They've still got the offensive possession here, so we'll see what they can do moving forward. Hopefully some better pass plays come out.
Interesting half flip by Shy Guy to try and work the ball off the corner. Now they're back for the defense. He's just waiting for the time there. He knows the rotation's not back for his team. It certainly has worked. So Carling Vale thinking about strategy at the moment. So they have, what about development in this game? Ribbit going forward, and he's got his teammate in the corner as well. They both end up there, and it's an own goal in the end. The pressure on truly on, and Conrad, he's just made a big boo-boo.
Yeah, he's on his rotation back, gets that boost, and as he slightly turned left before he jumped, and he tried to correct mid-air by turning right, but obviously that's angling to shoot the ball into that back right post and into the back of his net. So, as you said, just an unfortunate error in defense there. Shy Guy gets the demo on Comrade now. Passes across to Mackerel. That's a banger for top right, but a little bit too high. It's bar down and out. Shy Guy won't be able to challenge Penguin. It'll be Ribbit now. Mackerel needs to get in defense. He is going to be required for probably the easiest save of his life there with the short, slow shot from Comrade. Now, Penguin on the sidewall, not able to find an angle on that one. Mackerel looking to challenge. Penguin fresh on the boost. Goes across the top of his own net safely. Looks to clear this one out of the half now. Shy Guy straight underneath the ball, bit unfortunate there. Looks to just get out of Mackerel's way, but leaves it too close to the players of Brighton. And that's Comrade almost finding it through there, Barza. Mackerel needs a touch. He's almost own goal. Shy Guy doesn't own goal. He does get a save. This is close.
So Mackerel has certainly brought an element to this game where the rotations are certainly moving for Canning Vale, but it certainly comes to the point where it's risky play, and he's caused some own goals to almost happen. They're in front at the moment, and it's almost paying off for Canning Vale. Brighton, though, they have chances to bring this back and tie up the game, and even at a point win it. They need to score, though.
Absolutely. There you go, Muffin clears that one out. Penguin just looking to rotate out. Comrade off the sidewall, jumps a little bit too early for that one. Mackerel doesn't quite find it past the attacker. Comrade now. That's a great pass across top of the field. Shy Guy doesn't quite get the touch he's after. On the way down, doesn't get the touch either. He's wasted pretty much all of his boost, and there's the challenge from Penguin. Ribbit keeps it in the corner. Shy Guy still no boost. Circling around, trying to find the right position to be in. It's going to be Ribbit moving forward. Comrade did well to challenge that one. Keeps the aggression up. 45 seconds remaining. This one could go through. Ribbit and Mackerel somehow pinched that one out, but it's not cleared out of the half just yet. Shy Guy. Not quite working out. They're not out of the half, but they're doing good enough work in defense. Here we go. That's a huge shot over the top bar. Again, Ribbit now. A lot of back and forth happening. Shy Guy not going to be able to find that one. So Penguin, can he do it? 20 seconds. He's trying to get a pass to a teammate. The seconds are ticking down. We need to see Brighton pick up this goal to send it to overtime. Otherwise, Canning Vale, it looks like they've done enough, Bizer.
Drop for the backboard. Conrad denies. Still pressure on Penguin. It's in front. Conrad out wide. They need an air ball. It's up there. Shy Guy. He sends it out wide. They just need to bring it to the ground, and it hits it. So Canning Vale pick up the second game. We're heading to a third to decide who goes to the final of the qualifier number 2.
Absolutely. We haven't seen many of these series over yesterday and today. Bizer actually go to that third game.
It's the first for the stream today. So
yeah. And I believe yesterday we only saw one series rather go to the third game as well. So again, that they're making it semi-final worthy. We are going down to that final decider, that game 3 in this best of 3. And as you said, it's going to decide who moves on forward to the grand final to face up against the side of Kiama High School, which we were both saying off air earlier on that we think whoever does find themselves up against Kiama are going to be having a very tough time ahead of them.
It's interesting to see as Mackerel develops himself into this game, he's getting better and better and better. Now, he just needs to get rid of that, get that rotation right for one. I can see his rotation starting to come into the game. It's looking good, but he just needs to get rid of that own goals sort of nature that he's looking at doing at the moment, because he's passing back and it's looking dangerous because he's looking like his own goaling. But I can see that he's just trying to pass back to his teammates. Probably send it wide on the side wall better instead of passing back on the goal, because it's dangerous where he's actually going to own goal at times, and that will probably be better for his teammates. So we'll see what happens from this point on. But right now, this could go either way, because neither team has a real pull on this game. It's gone 3-0 in the first and then 2-1. It's really tightened up. And this third game, it depends on who has the better defense and who's going to make the clutch plays going forward.
Yeah, a great fast kickoff from Penguin, but because of the delayed kickoff that came out from Canley Vale, it set them up for a pretty decent go at the first shot. But again, they lost possession in the midfield and they almost just conceded immediately to Brighton, which that would have been a really good start for them. You know, the kickoff not going quite their way and then immediately scoring off. It would have been a really nice confidence boost heading through the rest of the game. Obviously, any game 3 scenario in the best of 3, though, even with the best of 5, if you're in the last game of a series, it's always tense for both teams, and you know, nerves do come into the factor. That's going to be the first shot on, convincingly placed by Penguin, and it does go through. No save able to be made by Canley Vale, and this is quite a nice start here for Brighton in game 3.
Yeah, Penguin goes downfield, a second touch as well, gets enough on a defense trying to cut around. That's 2, and it's like I said, the defense caught out of place. Canley Vale can't afford to do that early on in the piece, give away these goals. They have to keep it tight if they're going to keep themselves in this game. And defense tested straight off the kickoff for Brighton Secondary School, and they get away with that as this ball's set up high. Again, they tested Penguin in the thick of it.
Yeah, Shy Guy aerialed for that one, but he should have known that Penguin was always going to bet into it. Penguin had aerialed before Shy Guy had, so he would have been better off just, you know, staying planted on the ground and saving his boost there. Conrad just giving it to Mackerel. It's going to be Ribbit now to Mackerel. Nice pop on. Picks up the boost. Can carry on this. I'd like to see it pass across. He's gone for the flick, though. Shy Guy doesn't need to finish that one off. Mackerel's done it himself.
Yeah, this is clever by Mackerel. Just patience. Gets it flat on the car and then sees what's coming at him and just preempts it and flicks the car patiently. It's a real simple technique at the end of the day. And it's just it's car control, and it's the basics. If you execute the basics at the end of the day, it really simply done. It gets you the nicest of goals. So it ties up the game at a crucial point.
Mackerel patiently waiting for Ribbit to rotate out so he can come through as well, trying to set up a around the world pass. You know, I'll roll up that backboard and then back around, but it went a little bit too far over. Shy Guy still hanging around to see if there's anything he can do. Acknowledges there's now nothing that can be done. Rotates now to get back into defense. He's there, does get a slight deft touch to keep it away from Muffin. Looks to go to the sidewall now, wants a pass. Uses the boost, he's gone for the shot. Backboard play, Ribbit doesn't get the shot through, and now it's Muffin and Penguin working down the field together. Mackerel 50-50 beaten over the top of him. And Penguin's got that boost deal too, so this is going to be tough now for the side of Canley Vale. If they can just hang on in defense and move forward, it might look better. And there we go. That's the opportunity that Ribbit was after. Muffin now. Clearance out of the corner. Gone extremely well for him. Ribbit makes the 50-50 work, and Shy Guy there. Backwards half flip. Trying to maintain control. Gets the touch over the top. Penguin comes through now. Comrade doesn't quite find that one. So a little bit more accuracy in the aerials and touches could really favour both schools right now, Baza.
It's going to be a shot for Shy Guy as he gets it over the top. Defense can't get back in time. And it's a second goal there in front at the halfway mark.
Yeah, nice play over the top from Shy Guy. Just wraps up that play earlier on. Again, I think both sides could look to improve defensive rotations in particular. Their offensive rotations aren't too bad. And again, the shot accuracy needs to be there for both sides as well, because there has been a few opportunities that have gone away. But look at that banger. What a save from Muffin. Somehow finds it on the outside edge of the post. Ribbit and Mackerel still hungry for this. Shy Guy coming through. Ribbit, Shy Guy, really awkward position, just trying to keep Penguin and Muffin away from the ball, but he can't do so. Penguin out to Comrade now, looking for a pass himself off the backboard. Mackerel, that's going to give it over towards Penguin on the opposite side for Brighton. That's that pass down to Comrade. Doesn't get on the end of the ball. This is what I'm talking about, Bizer. They need to be more accurate with those.
Mackerel trying to dribble that out. Muffin's made some with a pinch that goes far side. Shy Guy waiting for the ball to come down. He'll be challenged here with a 50-50 and won by the opposition. Mackerel now forced up. He's got Ribbit up with him. This means everyone is open. It's big mistakes made by the team, and Penguin will come through and punish big time to tie up the game. You can't commit two, Rankies.
No, Mackerel needed to go up. Ribbit was, I mean, they kind of both jumped up at a very similar time. So again, it just comes down to communication. What probably should have happened there is Mackerel to pinch off the backboard, Ribbit to be on the back post to allow him to jump up on an angle to clear out to the side. He did get a touch after Mackerel, but all it did was send it up again, and Shy Guy was nowhere to be seen. He was on his rotation back. So again, as you said, the defensive error they do concede. It is only allowing Brighton to tie it up, though, so we are seeing 2-2 now, but here might be another error. Conrad does get that second touch for the bottom right corner, and Brighton take the lead.
I said it earlier on, it was going to come down to defensive manoeuvre and errors coming through, two coming across, and it just needs to set up better for the team right now at Canley Vale, and it has been my worry about them throughout this game, is where they can go and how far they can push. They need to make sure they can hold themselves better in the defensive move and clear this ball out. Now Ribbit under the pressure, goes forward. They need to get this third goal. With a minute remaining, the pressure certainly sets in.
And that was a brilliant pass earlier on from Penguin. He caught the curb perfectly. And then Conrad picking up a great save. We saw him get on the back end of Penguin's pass earlier on. They might do it again. Conrad looking for goal for bottom left. It's saved out by Mackerel. Looked like that might have been post Ribbit now. Accurate aerial off the side wall. Keeps it short for Mackerel to finish that one off. I like this play, Bizer. Ribbit could have easily been selfish there and come off the aerial a little bit harder and tried to go for the goal himself.
Oh, nice.
But he's hit the ball slow enough to allow Mackerel to sort of run underneath it and add that power. Ended up going in the back of the net at 95 kilometres per hour. Not the fastest goal we've seen, but certainly fast enough to keep it away from the defensive side of Brighton.
Yeah, good read by Mackerel to be in that position for it as well. Ribbit has fading the pass out, as you said. 3-3 right now and potential golden point, but we're not done yet. That one shot on. And it was just wide off the backboard. Mackerel is forward of the plate, trying to get rid of Comrade, but he's up in the air already. Shy Guy denying any sorts of attack onto the goal. Still someone at the goal. Ribbit is going up for the backboard. Typical plays, but has to be careful. And there's two there, but it's found the gap, and Penguin, he's been so good so far in this game at finding the gaps and scoring on the goal. He does it again.
I mean, I know, credit to Penguin for taking the shot, but that was a huge defensive error from Ribbit. He went up the backboard, should have realised that it was going to come back down. He turned around too late and was not in a position to be able to dive across and get that save. The only reason that goal happened there for Brighton was that huge defensive error again from Canley Vale. And that's going to be it, punishing them as well. It might even be a fourth. No, that shot too high from Penguin, but it doesn't matter. Brighton, with only 13 seconds left, retake the lead for a 4-3 game. And that's going to be themselves being sent through to the grand final to face up against Kiama. I tell you what, Bizer, that's going to be a difficult match, though. Kiama High School, very good team.
Stories for Canley Vale High School going into qualifier number 3 next week. Improve your defense.
Yeah.
Improve your rotation on defense. I think as
and communication with each other. They had so many double commits.
Shout out to Mackerel coming in though. Big props to him. He actually played quite well, warmed up.
Yeah, this game and the last game, he top scored for his team.
Yeah, definitely. I'd enjoyed watching Mackerel playing. So certainly a player I'd like to see in week 3 if he can play. That's
And
I would
one
give him
thing-
I would give him MVP for playing in a losing team.
Yeah. One thing as well, Shy Guy and Ribbit seemed to work really well when it was those two. When they had Kirby in before Mackerel came in, and Kirby was more of that perma goalkeeper position, and it was Shy Guy and Ribbit that were sort of 2v3ing the opposite team in this weird attacking scenario where Kirby just stayed in net. Somehow Shy Guy and Ribbit made that work for themselves. Macro ended up coming in and they changed it up. They had the 3-man rotations coming through, and I feel like that really affected Ribbit and Shy Guy's reads, and perhaps they're not used to that. And that was what was causing a breakdown in their communication. So I do wish them the best of luck next week. Obviously, they can still come back next Saturday and Sunday for a third and fourth chance certainly a third chance and a fourth should they need it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, just focus on the communication, guys. Stop those double commits from happening and you could easily go further.
Indeed, we are heading in today's final. It's Kayama High School taking on Brighton Secondary School coming up in today's final. Best of 5 next in about 5 minutes time. Take this chance to go get some popcorn, have a bathroom break. Yes, we all need to refresh ourselves. Grab a drink, whether it's a soft drink or some water. We're going to take a moment and we'll be right back. Do whatever you do not switch this off because this is going to be an absolute blockbuster. We'll see you right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the HSEL 2018 online qualifiers number 2, and it is finals time at Rankies for Sunday Rocket League action. And mate, we got two fantastic teams right here, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We did already mention that Brighton are going to have a little bit of a difficult time coming up against Kayama, because we know how good Kayama are, but you never know. Kayama might make some slip-ups, and it could be Brighton's day. Remains to be seen.
I've just asked a question: who's your favourite caster to the players in the lobby, just for a bit of banter. I no longer like Jando. I like Shinj. Shinj, I'm happy because he said the right words for you and I, right? But Jando, no, not anymore. He named every other caster under the sun, in everyone else but us, and Singe is like Bizer and Rankus. So like tick for Singe, Jando, you're out the door, mate. See you later. Okay.
A little bit of banter from Jando. We know him.
Just having a little bit of fun in the lobby, regardless. Kayama High School, obviously, these guys we saw in the upper bracket, looking. When we say upper bracket, it's a single elimination. So the top side of the bracket,
yep.
They looked to be very strong against Merryweather High School. That they were actually playing with the core lineup today instead of the sub lineup as of yesterday in the qualifier 1. And they were in the final yesterday and lost. And they've lost in the semi-final. And they actually played against Kayama and won yesterday. So it was a reversal. So they get the chance today, Kayama, and they are actually looking so much better today. And I can put it down to Foz. Actually, he's looking on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've already mentioned it. Before yesterday and today that prior to yesterday, Foz was unknown to us. We knew Jando and Singe, and we knew how deadly of a duo they could be. But of course, this is a threes competition, and you know, obviously, Foz going to the same school as them. That's who they've ended up coming into this competition with, and he certainly fits in well with them. Some of the aerials that Foz was getting on the back of after a pass play from Singe and Jando was just absolutely amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yep. On the contrast, Brighton's secondary school, they had a really close match against Canley Vale High School, and it was a really grudge match between these two. We asked whether the Canley Vale High School would change the matter up, and they brought a substitute in. one of the players not able to make the game and had to sub out. It changed the gameplay up, and also he was slightly cold, so they lost that first game. They then came back into the second. Third was a back and forth affair, which came down to Brighton Secondary School getting that last point in the dying stages of the game to get into the grand final. So, it's coming down to this. Brighton Secondary School are heavy underdogs in this final. They're going to need all the support in the chat right now. So if you're a Brighton fan in the chat, I need to hear the love. I need to see the energy in the Twitch chat for your team. You guys are going to show so much support because Kayama, they're going to bring it. We need as much support for Brighton Secondary School to show that they can bring it on this pitch, because it's going to be pretty crazy, Rankies. But I reckon they can do it. They can bring it. What are we thinking? We've seen both of these teams. Can we put a scoreline before we launch them in? Can you give me a tip?
I'm going to be harsh and go 3-0 Kayama. I appreciate the capacity that Brighton might have, but with what Kayama have already shown us from yesterday and today, they're in for a really good shot buy. So these guys don't mess around.
Okay, all right. Well, looks like I think that might be the way we'll be going down, and
I welcome Brighton to prove me wrong.
I welcome Brighton to prove me wrong as well. I'm going 3-0 as well. Kayama, it's too strong today. The way they just manoeuvred through Merriweather High School with Fusey, I completely agree. So I'm ready to let these guys launch into positions.
Look, the one advantage that Brighton do have moving forward into this match is they've just played, and it's been a much shorter break, only about a 5-minute break or so.
Yep.
Somewhere between like 5 to 10 minute break from their previous series they just played. Contrast to that,
yep.
Kayama, they played the first semi-final, and they've been waiting for much longer, probably a good half hour or so. So it's one advantage there to Brighton is they might be a little bit warmer, but again, with how powerful Kayama can be, I don't think that's going to matter to them.
So HSEL 2018 online qualifier number 2, and Singe will start with the first goal, and it's going to be Kayama High School with the first on the board.
Good setup from Jando as well. He got that chip up into the corner, followed it up, and got a nice little touch that zipped out in front of the net. And Brighton had already exhausted all 3 defensive rotations, so they weren't able to find any goalkeeper to come up against the back of the shot from Singe. He's won the kickoff as well. That's going to go over the top of Penguin, so all he can do is manage to find it onto the backboard. The shot from Jando blocked by Comrade, and Singe now looking to set up another pass.
It's going to be a lot of pressure on the defensive zone, so boost starving is going to be such an issue very early on. You can see already they're going out for that corner boost, and the pressure continuing to be hemmed on through the midfield line. Singe collecting that and sending it wide, and no pressure on this ball. Foz gets an opportunity, and look at it. Absolute redirection. God, just being set in.
This isn't quite a tee-off, but Singe just fed that ball straight to Foz, and then they pinch it between themselves. Really nice play. 118 kilometers per hour. Again, still not the fastest goal we've seen in HSEL so far, but it's certainly nice. Foz, unfortunately, messing up his wave dash kickoff there, but Singe has still got control. Never mind, Penguin depossesses him. Crossfield now, Jando fresh on boost, trying to maintain control. Pass back to Foz, keeps this one moving forward. Singe, bit of a fake, allows Foz to go over the top. It's looking good for top left. Not quite, a little bit wide. Jando will now put a shot underneath as well. I need to take a look at this from Jando's perspective, because to me it looked like he saw the defender jump at the last second. We'll get a closer look. Muffin, he saw Muffin jump before he took the shot, so he's able to just slide that one underneath. Really nice awareness there from Jando with the shot.
The best thing with Jando as well, he had time and distance as well. Before he made connection with that ball, so he was able to sort of readjust his shot and go underneath with it. So he was able to make a real good decision on what he could do with that. And this one is going to be another one for Jando.
Yeah. Nothing that Comrade can do about this.
Yeah, this is scary at the moment. We're only a minute and a half into this game, and 4 goals have been scored. It was, like we said, a 3-0. certainly pending, but Brighton's secondary school defense is going to have to be stepped up.
Absolutely. This is very reminiscent of how a game we saw yesterday. I think it was the semi-final between Peel High School and Wirianda yesterday. We saw a 14-0 victory for Peel High School in Game 2 on that one. Singe already picking up the 5th here in this game for Kiama High up against Brighton.
And it was Kiama High School and Willunga
Look at the
High
speed.
School. 5-0, 14-0, 2 game.
Ah, that one. So that was the quarterfinal. So yeah, Kiama, they're looking good to do it again.
Yeah, they'll set records again. Oh my goodness.
Slam.
Singe, up at 90. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
98 kilometers per hour as well. And if no one caught the speed on that previous shot, it was 146. I think the record so far...
That was
that might be...
No,
yeah,
160 something.
Yeah, 163 I think it was.
Yeah, it was a pinch.
So there we go. Not quite there, but certainly close. Jando with the demo, keeping it away from Penguin as well. Comrade definitely had the most effectiveness in defense so far, but he's been forced into some ugly spots as well. Foles looks for that pass out. Jando might come through. There he is. Singe just sitting deep in the back line of Brighton as well, just trying to force out some errors. We'll see what happens now. Rotation's coming through strong for Kiama High.
Sets to the pocket, Jando. Penguin just holds it up for now. He got through on the line as well, and they're not moving. And Jando just slams that one home, and this is scary. Halfway mark. Big issue here. Look at all three of them. Stagnant. Comrade dunked. I don't know, but is there a panic button? Because they'll be hitting it like I've got a red button and a panic button. I'm just going to push it right now, Rankies. No! Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
That wasn't too loud, but I'm pretty sure the stream heard it.
Yeah, actually, can I do that again? I'll do it again to the mic. You ready for this?
No!
Yeah, there you go.
If you're Brighton right now, you just no,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
not Foz.
Yeah, that's
not 8-0.
This is perfect for this moment. I'll do it again.
No!
Yeah, absolutely perfect for it.
I know chat can't see the in-game chat from the players, but as Biza pressed that and it said no, Singe said no in the game at the exact same time.
Oh, they're absolutely going ham at the moment. This is going to be double figures, and are we on track? We're literally on track. So 14 goals is the mark. That's the highest we've seen so far on the stream.
Yep.
There might have been a high recorded game somewhere where they've got higher, but on stream
something off stream.
14 is the highest we've seen so far.
Yeah, 14-0.
Yeah, 14-0.
Yeah, Comrade earlier on in chat just said you guys are quite a bit better, so even Brighton acknowledging that they are up against it right now. Foz with another banger, that gives Singe his Playmaker badge. Jando the only one that hasn't got the Playmaker badge, so I'd imagine they'll be looking to get him up to the 3 assists next. And look at the shots. Again, we'll just get the broadcaster to hold tab for a few seconds so you guys can see exactly what's going on with the shots. This is heavily in favour of Kiama right now.
So this is when we start issuing challenges for Kiama. I want quad resets and triple quad resets with backboard finishes, please. That's what I want done. I want you to do what Evampel does. That's it. I don't want any other goals. You guys can hear me. I know what they're doing. They're in chat. They're listening. They won't be doing anything otherwise because this fire ahead, they'll probably stop the game. They're listening right now. Jando's going to score a goal 11.
He's not getting any assists. He's picking up all the goals off the assists.
This is ouch.
I'll give him a challenge as well, Biza.
Okay.
3-man reset pass play. So, like, for example, Foz gets a flip reset into a pass to Singe. She gets a flip reset pass into Jando, who gets a flip reset shot.
No, that's unheard of. That is unheard of. Ranky's. No, okay.
Well, look at it this way. If Ample can do triple flip, granted he does it with unlimited boost, but if Ample can do triple flip resets, so they only need to be a third of a Ample each, and they can do it.
Not even the best team can do that.
Yeah,
in the world, okay?
I know.
You're asking for the... Look, they're trying to do it. They're trying to do it. They're all coming together, trying to flip reset on the ball.
They're doing it. They're trying to 3-man pinch into the net or something.
Look at the ball.
That was close.
12
0
Rankies, challenge
36
accepted.
seconds.
Challenge accepted, Rankies. Thank you for setting it.
Look,
it's happening.
36 seconds remains. It's 12-0. Can they beat 14-0?
Well, maybe they're going to refocus on that. Singe is going to bring this back around. Jando, double defense back out. Foz will bring it back around. We're going to get back to serious casting for a moment. If you're Brighton secondary school, you're like, not like this. You have your sort of, your hands in your eyes, just peeping through your fingers going, what's the scoreline? What's the time? What's the scoreline? What's the time? I don't want to know anymore. It's a hard game to watch.
It'd be a hard game to play as well. And look, I mean, they can take this as a learning experience. The advantage they have is this isn't a best of 3, it is a best of 5. So at Kayama, they've done this 12-0. So they haven't beaten their record yet. I think they might be able to do it. But again,
keyword, yet. Ouch.
Brighton have another chance still. Kayama need 2 more to win the series. So Brighton, they can still learn in time. I mean...
Sorry, I don't mean to be giggling like a schoolgirl here, but Singe goes, they go GG, and Comrade goes, how many more games? And Singe goes, best of 5, and Comrade goes, yeah, I know. He's
the only one not already up yet.
He's totally over it. He doesn't want to know about it. They're figuring out a way how to get out of this. They don't want to. They're done. We're gonna go. I'm just gonna go less. I'm just gonna go less than 3 and Rudy out. I love these boys. Brighton High School, keep holding your heads high. This is what it's all about, Rocket League. You never give up, guys. You keep the optimism high, even if you're, even if it's tough, and you're getting scored on like there's no tomorrow. I think that's what was all about, guys. You have to. You have to keep playing, even if it's the toughest games, because that's the best way to learn. Like, I can remember playing footy when I was younger. This is AFL, right? I'm an AFL boy, and I lost by 150 points in one of my games. Ooh. But man, I played on a forward that kicked 10 goals on me. I was a backman, but I still played, and I still kept playing. And then eventually, in my last junior year, I won a premiership in my team. You know, you keep playing. Eventually, you'll play in a team that will get you a win, and you'll be one of the best players in the team. You know, so it happens. In the meantime, Foz is going to Singe is going to steal the goal. Foz sets it up, and Singe steals it away from him. Savage.
I got a similar story for you there, Bizer.
Yeah, go on, do
When I was 15 in high school, I used to compete in soccer, both in school and out of school. And we used to come up against the Singleton Strikers, both inside and outside of school competitions. It was the same team. The same group of kids played for the school team as well as their actual Singleton team, right?
They wanted to
There was a game.
Right?
There was a game that we played against them where we lost 12-1.
Sorry, hold that thought. Second goal for Singe. Continue.
So 12-1, if I would imagine most people know soccer and how big of a deal a 12-1 scoreline is. That's huge. Like, we got absolutely smashed by Singleton.
All right, massive.
But we brought it back around.
Like
During
said,
one of the Peel School carnivals, we brought it back, and we ended up, for Pinjarra Senior High School, we won the first ever trophy for the Peel school competition.
I can imagine that's a big deal, Rankies, to the school.
Oh yeah, it was huge. We were stoked, and we did it up against MCC, Manchester Community College, and the Singleton team.
So
and Singleton were not happy about it because they were used to beating us 12-1, and it wasn't a huge win for us. It was only 3-0, but it was still a big deal for us. And this is what Brighton need in their minds. We know Biza can do it, Rankies can do it, we can do this. Not if they allow goals like that.
Yeah. Well, look, maybe not today, but maybe next week. Maybe next Saturday, maybe next Sunday. You've got 2 more qualifiers.
Yeah.
It's I can. It's not I can't. It's I can, and those are the
Exactly.
words you got to implant in your brain. We're putting those words into your mind, and that's where you got to. It's how you got to go about it. At the moment, Cinch off the wall brings back inside the aggressionist. Oh God, I've lost for words at the moment. But Kayama, they planted that in my mind.
Hang on.
It's been absolutely nuts. Oh, Comrade looking for the goal. Oh. You know what? I'm going to be an excited schoolgirl when they do score. I'm telling you that.
Alrighty, I'm looking forward to that one. We'll see. Comrade, that's a good angle. Almost finds it through.
I'll be dancing in my room,
clearance
trust
out.
me.
You'll be dancing. Need to turn your webcam on and record that and upload it to Twitter.
Okay. I'm not sure everyone wants to see that.
Probably not. Maybe people have got better things to do with their time rather than watch you or I, for that matter, dance on webcam.
Yeah. That's very true. This one's sent wide, Jando, Comrade. Defense right now. It's all about the speed coming down the halfway mark. Game 2. Best of 5 as well, so a couple more games we played here. Foz misses this ball here. Singe flying high, upside down. We actually almost registered the flip reset onto that. They are actually trying for a couple of specky things here. So they're soaking the time up. I think they'll be listening to us as well. Foz launches it up high. He's upside down. Oh, the flip reset! But he's off target. He immediately went for the flip reset too. So he got the touch and went straight to it. That one's high for the shot. Sinich just holds it up for the moment. And this one launched out. Hit the backboard. Jando straight onto it. Penguin sends it wide. Not in the strike zone right now for Brighton Secondary School. And that needs to look, try and get a striker sorted out to commit. This is the best chance to get one out the back. The players, no one to strike.
Yes!
Oh, Penguin gets a demo, and I'm dancing. I'm up and I'm dancing like an excited schoolgirl. I'm doing it, chat. I'm doing it.
With the demo onto Singe. Comrade saying the comeback is on, fellas, and yeah, I was going to say earlier
I'm still dancing.
The more and more of this fancy stuff that Kayama try, the more opportunities that they're going to allow a slip through in their attacking side for Brighton to get that exact kind of a goal. So here we go. Brighton, they're looking for a way back into the series. And it's still early days as well. This is game 2. So even if they lose this one, they've still got another chance up their sleeves. And it's already going better. 1:20 remaining. I mean, earlier on, we were looking at, at least 10-0 in game 1. Now it's 3-1. So Brighton's already a big improvement.
It's certainly competitive. Look, I see Kayama right now. They're taking the foot off the gas because they're trying some fancy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But absolutely, they got the first series locked in, and if they lose this one, they're like, okay, no worries, fine. But they'll just step the gas on and go nuts. But at the moment, they're missing the shots. But they'll just line this back up and start to split the defense if it gets even close. The last 47 seconds, they've still got the control on offensive pressure. Jando looks to redirect us back inside. Foz waiting for it. And just being safe at the moment.
Yeah, look at that. Foz on his rotation out went for some bumps as well. Didn't get in the back of anyone, but still that possibility. Singe, pass or shot? No, flips underneath it, goes for the shot then, but Comrade
Foz
with the
waiting
50-50.
for a pass.
Yeah, I saw Foz floating through the air there at the end, so he wanted one. Didn't get one though. Jando flips into Singe's way. Singe will be first off the sidewall. Foz is there, but Comrade intercepts. It's not quite on target. The second's dying down. A second goal here for Brighton would just be something. Make it a really close game. It is going to be, I think, an accidental lone goal. Wow. I don't think this was on purpose. We'll take a look. I didn't get a close enough look. So Singe, then
cheeky.
Yeah, looks like that. I don't know.
Own goal.
Yeah, Foz, own goal there. 3 seconds remaining. Brighton will probably end this game with 2 goals up against the 3 that Kayama have managed. Stark contrast from the 14-0 we saw in game 1. Still not a win. Kayama are only 1 game away now from punching their ticket through to Hybrid World Adelaide. Brighton, It's a very tall order, Bizer, but if they can take the next 3 games back-to-back, you never know.
Don't float that idea in front of me right now, Rick. I don't think back-to-back is happening.
Unlikely, no. But
Yeah.
you've got to have the faith in Brighton. Comrade's saying, also, we're from Adelaide, so we're going to be rooting for you guys at LAN. Okay. The love heart from Singe.
That's very nice. I like it. You always go for the team that beats you in the grand final. So I like that. I think that's great support. Absolutely great support. I'm not going to allow them to write to each other anymore. So I'm just going to let them play it out.
No, they're being good sports, which is nice to see, and that's what this is all about. It is a competitive environment, but it is encouraged to be as friendly and have the good sportsmanship. Just be kind to one another, right? It's not about
That's what Rankies. That's what's encouraged. You should never ever encourage any toxicity or hate or
exactly
any of the stuff that's these days so common in any communities that people are experiencing. And we need to be kind. We need to be showing the good stuff out there. It's becoming less and less and less, and what we're seeing here is great sportsmanship from the players, and that's what we want to see. So it's great to see from a team that got 12-0 and just lost a competitive match then. Knowing that okay, potentially this is not going to be a winnable game for them, saying hey, look, we love what you're doing, we're going to support you. So big shout out to Comrade, Penguin and Muffins right now. They're going to this third game, knowing potentially what the result's going to be, but still being pretty cool about it.
Yeah, and they're still putting the effort in too. Look, they're already all 3 back in defense, so their rotations have gotten a lot better throughout the series so far. So that's one thing to point out for them.
Yep.
Comrade, and they're going to concede. No, Singe, a little bit too eager. Put that one straight into the top bar. He was going for top shelf. Off the back of that, Brighton have a chance. Never mind, Penguin he has to win this ball. He has done, though. Can't beat Jando to it. Comrade now. Challenge Foz. It's a back pass to Singe, but not quite good enough with the angle there. Muffin over the top. Now Penguin doesn't get that touch set down for Comrade, but he'll still take the backboard shot. Muffin there looks for the pass backwards. Probably would have been better off to see a shot there, but then again he was up against all 3 defenders for the side of Kayama, so maybe the pass was the better option at the time. We never know. Penguin now looking for a pass. It's a good pop off the backboard. Singe first to it though. Almost 2 minutes into this game, Bizer, and still 0-0.
It's interesting to see how the first game was such a massive game for Kayama and how accurate they were, and then all of a sudden games 2 and 3, a massive adjustment has come into place, and Brian seemed to have got the defense into sync, and the target lock for Kayama's gone away. They're not able to lock onto the goals, and they can't get the pass game into sync. So what's happening with Foz actually brings that one back out. What's going on with their setup and their attack?
I don't know. Singe did the same thing earlier on. I think that Kayama might be trying to troll each other by blocking their shots.
Are they just taking it a little bit easy, knowing that we don't need to really be too aggressive? Maybe someone's told up, hey guys, you don't need to 14-0 these guys in final. Take it easy. Just win. Get 2 free goal win. That's all you got to do.
Jando's going to finish that one off. Penguin couldn't reach it. I didn't catch the name. I think it might have been Comrade as well, back in defense there. Also, no, it was Muffin and Penguin. All right, so there, the first goal scored by Kayama. 2 minutes 9 remaining. Comrade asks, these are the important questions, Bizer. Comrade asking in chat, if the crowd are eggs, does that mean our cars are driven by eggs?
Yeah.
It's got Penguin stumped. He's thrown out a wow in chat. That's very thought-provoking there.
Yeah, I know. It's just...
I think he's right.
Well, it's funny enough, when you load up Rocket League and then you have a look at your CPU usage, it runs a lot of CPU, man. So you imagine if you tried to really develop your crowd away from eggs and make it like real people. Imagine how much CPU usage you would actually have to use.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
made it real people. Like you wouldn't be able to run Rocket League. So I can see why they made it eggs.
It's hard enough with
Mind
eggs that
blowing.
sort of bob up and down.
Yeah. So imagine real people trying to bob up and down. Yeah, you can't do it. You could do eggs. So I can see why they've done eggs. Oh, I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm just trying to make stuff up, chat. 1-0 at the moment, last minute. And it's looking like Kayama about to book their ticket over to Adelaide. Hybrid World Adelaide.
Saved by the keeper.
Gonna be crazy, Rankies.
Absolutely. That's a great save from Jando with the bicycle flip. Muffin almost finding a goal to tie things up here for Brighton. But as you said, this win here for Kayama will mean that's 3 games in a row for them in this best of 5, and they'll be taken through the grand final. We'll see though. 30 seconds remain, well, under 30 seconds now. Brighton looking to get on the attack. They've just got to find the right opportunity. Muffin spots it, goes over the top of Singe. Jando's there. That's a long shot on target. It's going to drop down, bar down, and with 15 seconds remaining, Kayama stack on the pressure. 15 seconds remaining. And it's looking like it could be all over, Barza.
Yeah, hard one to come back from, and I haven't seen any team come back in the space of 15 minutes, especially in the online qualifiers so far, to get 2 goals back in the space of 15 seconds. High pressure game. It'll be a miracle to bring this back. Comrades go down the corridor. Jando deflects. Comrade actually goes for the boost. Probably needs to stay with the ball. Loses the seconds in retrospect. This one's going to be sent far side as it ticks down. That will be all she wrote, and it will be Kayama High School heading over to Hybrid World Adelaide, joining Pill High School as the winners of the HEL 2018 online qualifier number 2. Well done to Kayama High School and Brighton. They're going to have to go back to next week and try their luck in the qualifier number 3, along with the other high schools that didn't get through today. And I'll tell you what, they've got Mary River High School along with who else we got in there? We've got, I think, who else played today?
Southern River will have Smith, so they'll be
Southern
in the
Rivers
chance.
will have Smiths in there as well. And from what it looked, there was a couple of other dangerous ones in there too. I think, what was it?
I'm having a look right now.
It was Canley Vale, also quite dangerous from how they played today. So, you know, they might have a chance of coming through too. So certainly going to be some interesting games coming into the qualifier number 3.
Yeah. And one thing we can close this out on, Buzz, Comrade, he asked another, the second question. I think we're going to, might have to start considering passing him the title Rocket League Philosopher of the Year. He said, also, if the crowd is eggs, how do they hold flags?
Okay.
Thinking emoji.
I'm just gonna answer it.
For the last time, no.
Okay, and I'm done.
Alrighty, I think that's a good spot to wrap it up there, Buzzer. Do you want to sign us off?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Yesterday's winners and today's winners going through to the Hybrid World Adelaide HSEL 2018 online qualifiers 1 and 2 are done and dusted. Pill High School qualifying along with Kayama High School today. Crazy stuff. Make sure you join us for the same time next week, Saturday and Sunday, for the last 2 qualifiers. Top 4 teams get their chance to go to Adelaide on the 22nd of July. It's going to be absolutely crazy. My name is Buzzer. That is Rankies. That is it for today. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.